Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday show. My name is Ultra David, dancing along.
And I'm James Chen. How's everybody going? Apparently Jasmine's having a good time.
She's having a great time, just like we're all about to have on the Tuesday show.
She's like, get me out of here. Get me out of here.
It's been a little while. We have been gone. Sorry about that, but we've been gone. We were gone, of course, for Evo Japan. Because we left, this is the thing about time zones. We left on Tuesday morning, and we got there Wednesday evening. Mm-hmm. And so that entire day was lost. Then we got back. I got back on late Monday and was pretty draggy for Tuesday anyway, and you weren't even here.
Yeah,
you were still
I was
traveling.
Still in Japan, so. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm still kind of jet lagged right now.
Are you?
I feel like it, but I've just had the wildest past few days anyway because, there was this whole Disneyland trip that I had to wake up at 5 in the morning for and stuff like that. So It's been crazy.
Reverse James Chen hour.
Yeah, but the jet lag was crazy because I came home and I didn't sleep on the plane on the way back. And so I just said, you know what, I'm staying up, which is why I streamed 5 hours of Teppen on Wednesday.
Understood.
Because I was trying to keep myself up and not fall asleep too early. And so I just I went about 30 some hours without sleep, and then I slept, and then I woke up, and then it's just
I'm surprised that you could stay up with all that yawning doing on Teppen right now.
God.
So here's what we're going to do tonight. We'll recap a little bit. We'll talk about Evo Japan and our experiences. The tournament results aren't very new at this point, but we'll talk about some of that stuff. And how things went for us there and how the tournament went in general. We'll talk about the reveals as well. We're going to talk about, as you can see up here, that some new characters have been released and also have been shown on trailers. Mm-hmm. And then we'll talk about this whole, apparently the acronym is GBVS.
Yes.
Release date rather than GBFV.
FV, yeah.
Whatever. Then there's other stuff to talk about. Too much stuff to talk about, right? So, since we've been gone for a couple of weeks, we're not going to get to every tournament. We're not going to get to every bit of news because this is a truncated show. We're going to give our thoughts on the Evo World Games lineup, which is being announced at 7 p.m. our time tonight in about an hour and a half. And then we'll give our thoughts, and then we're going to restream that broadcast.
Yes.
So we'll be following along.
And you'll be listening to us add our pointed commentary during it.
Correct. And then afterward, we'll give our feedback on the whole situation.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's the rundown for tonight. And let's begin with Evo Japan.
Evo Japan. So, we have been to, this is the third Evo Japan.
Indeed.
And not mincing any words.
Okay.
The first two Evo Japans were booty butt cheeks, right? They were issues. The first one, the space was small, it was crowded. The finals was in this tiny hall. You couldn't even fit anybody in there.
Yeah.
In a separate venue. The second one was in Fukuoka, which is a nice city. The venue was nice, but then there was all the problems that they had with the single account trying to run all these things.
Organizational
and
problems
running
up the wazoo.
all the winners bracket first, blah, 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 blah. And so, hopes going into this Evo was let's just hope it's better.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I felt like they did a much better job this year. The people, staff, Tenno guys were not running around in circles, and everyone I was talking to Majin Obama, he was like, things are going pretty good this year. He actually, was calm.
Yeah. In fact, I talked with Mr. Wizard, who was there, and he was almost like, I don't know what I should be doing right now. I'm here to put out fires, and there's just not a fire for me to put out. So that was such a 180 compared to last year, where people were yelling that you never see yelling.
Yeah,
there was, I don't remember a lot of it because I got mega wasted the last day, but I've heard stories.
And I think some people made some of the Japanese staff cry or something like that.
Yes. I wasn't there for that either, but that is the word. So it was I agree, way better run this year.
It felt more like something worthy of the Evo name, the Evo title and stuff. And obviously it's not quite the same size as Evo. It still feels like a Frosty Faustings kind of thing, It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that, obviously. But, it wasn't, I don't even think it was quite to the level of something like Combo Breaker, in terms of production quality. In terms of people in number of entrants, it's bigger than most of those. But I think from a production quality standpoint, it's still working its way up there. Yeah. But it makes me happy because it's that whole lesson, right? You got to give these guys a little bit of chances as long as they're earnestly trying to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it really does seem like they improved. And what I was told was that part of why the organization was so much better was that they relied more on the Japanese FGC. The actual folks who are involved in the community, crazy, but that's what happened. Last year, some of the people who were volunteers were just like college kids who like didn't know anything about anything. And businessmen, and they were just like, well, here's somebody telling them what to do, and they didn't know from anything, so they tried to do it, and it just didn't turn out that well. Right. But this time, it was the actual Japanese FGC who ran stuff in significant part.
I heard the Smash scene was run by, like, literally the Smash community that runs their own events. Matsuda, who runs the 3S Co-op Cup, was definitely there doing a bunch of stuff. You know, there's a lot of those guys in there, and who'd have thunk it? That when you get people from the community, they would be more invested and knowledgeable on how to make it run better. you almost pog-champing there, dude.
Weird. So it really was run better. The venue was huge. It is in a place called Makuhari Messe, which is where the Tokyo Game Show also takes place.
And the past Super Battle Operas, too.
And the previous SBOs.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So, huge area. And Evo Japan took up, like, one hall in it. But that one hall was, I mean, maybe you've seen pictures, cavernous. Really, I mean, like, very, very tall, very, very long. And it was all full, especially when I first got there. So not only was the space much bigger, but it was also more crowded feeling than last year as well. I mean, without being like too much of a bother. It took a while to walk through in the first place, but that sort of figured itself out.
And another thing, too, is that, remember, last year, as we mentioned, was in Fukuoka. A lot of people in Tokyo didn't go. Yeah. Because it was just too far. Right? It was just too far, so...
Totally. So, yeah, I mean, very, very nice. It was cool to be in Chiba, which is a little... I don't know if little is the right word, but it's sort of a suburb of Tokyo. So you can take the train and it's about an hour and you can get to downtown Tokyo. So we're not in like the thick of things for it, but it's nice to see a new area of Japan and walk around for a little bit.
And it is just an hour on the train.
And it's not so far anyway to get into Tokyo,
It was like 40 minutes, honestly. 45 minutes.
Depends on where you go, probably,
depending on the time and everything like that. Yeah.
So
it was whether or not you got lost or not.
Oh yeah? Okay, wow. Because
I definitely got lost.
Did you? I got lost in the first Evo Japan on the train, so I know how it is.
Because the thing is, I was staying in a hotel with my best friend in Shinjuku area, and then I just Google Maps everything. I snapshot everything, and got on the plane because I didn't have a pocket Wi-Fi. I was using his, and so I had nothing, and I was going to try to get there with nothing so that I could turn on my stuff tomorrow and have it, 24 hours last as long as... That didn't go as well. I should not have done that. Okay, so I definitely got lost.
Well, I definitely picked up a $5 a day, all you can download, all you can upload sort of situation.
Yeah, next year I am doing that for sure. Yeah, it's too worth it.
Too worth it.
So
I really enjoyed myself. We, again, had good food. I mean, that's just everything you eat there is going to be good. I don't know if they sell bad food. I'm not sure that even exists on that island. Everything is like minimum quality.
And the craziest...
At least a minimum quality.
And the craziest part was that we had setups in the staff area.
We played so many fighting games. And this may sound weird, okay? But at fighting game tournaments, most of the staff doesn't actually play fighting games.
There's no time.
Not even that. Like, honestly... There's definitely time.
Yeah, I guess
for sure. For sure. But usually we don't have a setup. Usually people don't bring their sticks.
Also,
whatever
the staff area is never that big.
It was also a bigger staff area.
All the Japanese tournaments always have these big staff areas. It's like something that's just standard to Japanese tournaments. Each year it's been there.
Yeah. So there was more space. We brought our sticks. We were playing. We actually played a lot of fighting games, which was awesome.
I played Eunice for the first time.
Okay.
And Seijam called me out too because he was like, "I learned Guilty Gear and you stopped playing. I learned Eunice and you stopped playing."
Are you running away?
And I was like, it was just like a bad coincidence, right? So I was like, fine, I'll sit down and play you in some Eunice.
You're dodging Steven?
I'm dodging Steven apparently, but I sat down and I played Eunice against him. Using my Uniel Nanase with my very, very basic knowledge of the changes that she had, but I was doing all of her old combos. Yeah. And it didn't go very well, but at first, but
you're gonna beat him up.
But I took a game off of him.
Oh wow! Congrats.
And Seijan was like, "That's the first game I've lost in like 20-some games or something like that." And I was like, "Yeah, there you go." Wow. So my old rusty, only Uniel style Nanase was able to take a game off him. So I was pretty happy about that.
Well, I don't know how that feels, how Steven must feel to lose a game after 20, because I didn't.
Not on Street Fighter, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I'm telling everybody, dude, people need to get the idea that Honda is so good.
Well, we'll talk about some of the results and a little bit about that. But really, it was a lot of fun.
Wait. Are you serious? AO in Uniclair, is Nanase getting a dive kick? Is Nanase actually getting a dive kick in Uniclair? Because, wow, it's like it was destiny for me to have a dive kick character. Okay. Well, that is, I would say David is probably one of the best of the commentators, if it were not for the fact that Aru is out there. Papa Chihuahua.
The only time Aru and I have played was in Street Fighter 4, and we went 1-1.
Right, but he's like super good in 5. He was busting everybody up back there.
I'd like to try it. We'll see. I don't know. I don't make any guarantees, by the way. I don't make any guarantees. Somebody asked about the pizza. Yeah, we went to an Italian joint yet again, and I had pizza that was a white pizza, so no red sauce.
4 cheese.
With 4 cheese, and it had honey on top of it. So the cheese
was... Well, the honey was on the side.
On the side. It was a little bit of a salty pizza, and then when you put the honey on there, you dipped it in the honey. I mean, it cut it perfectly. Just straight down. It just... Dude, fantastic pizza. It was ridiculous.
I don't understand it.
So good.
You let me try a slice.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll try it. I took a bite. I was like, let me try it with the honey, because the honey sounded like a weird idea.
That's why I got it.
I put the honey on there, and I ate it, and it wasn't like... So when I went to Puerto Rico, and I tried the hot chocolate with the cheese, right? And I ate the cheese. It literally tasted like I was drinking hot chocolate, and there was a piece of cheese there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I put the honey on this pizza, and I ate it, it felt like everything blended together. It was like the honey and the cheese were meant to be in like some great relationship. It was ridiculous, dude. It was ridiculous.
It was so good.
It was so good.
That was my favorite meal there.
Yeah. I had, if I had left, that probably would have been my favorite meal, because the thing that I had, the pasta with the bacon and the garlic sauce, it was also super good. But I did have Sensukamen later on that weekend. That was just, oh my
god, face-rubbingly good.
Mind-blowing. Yeah, it was so good.
My last day, my second favorite meal was my last day. I went to go get sushi in Chiba.
Oh, nice.
Okay, okay. Super good.
Yeah. You always have to get sushi when I'm not around, basically.
It's all good, dude.
Actually, to be honest with you, I even told my friend Jason, I was like, we can go get sushi. Like, it's good in Japan, so I'm down to go. He was like, no, I know you're not as into it.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Very nice trip.
Yeah.
The actual tournament, like we said, was run nicely, which is great. No complaints on any of that stuff. And from the local players, initially there were a couple of concerns that BB Tag didn't have enough space. Right. So then the tournament was like, okay, whatever happened there. They gave more space to BB Tag. They took a little bit of space away from other events.
They said that it was going to do that. They were just running behind.
Yeah.
Someone told me that. So it just...
So it all worked out, and there were no more complaints after that.
Dude, I looked for the footsies table. I couldn't find the footsies table.
We actually did. In fact, there's on the... I put up a vlog, and it's hilarious, right? Oh man, all right, good. And in that you can hear James say that he's looking for the footsies table.
Yeah.
Because we were looking for it, and we didn't see it.
We were looking for it on Friday.
Wore my footsies hoodie. I specifically brought it to Japan, hoping to take a picture with the creator of Footsies, and then he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, we didn't find you, so next time we'll definitely hopefully get to meet up. So yeah, I missed High Fight over there. So
all right,
anyways, I mean, honestly, the rest of Japan was awesome. We got to do a bunch of stuff. In fact, I took every one of my photos and went through them on stream. I did an old man slideshow on stream, and that'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. So
cool, dude.
You can check that out.
Sounds cool. What a cool idea.
Yeah. But tournament was also really good.
Good.
Well, there was a lot of very interesting stories.
Yeah.
In this tournament, obviously, if you're a Tekken fan, it's frustrating.
Okay. So we were talking with Rip and Steve before the actual tournament, and their thought was make maybe 2 Leroys in top 8. Only not because the character wasn't good, only because they didn't think people would use Leroy. That was it.
Right? Yeah.
Rip's thought was that the Pakistani players couldn't come, some of them couldn't come, and they were going to be using Leroy.
Yeah,
so he was like, well, if they had come, maybe there would have been more Leroys, but other people just aren't using the character. And then,
turned out a lot of people were sandbagging with Leroy.
Yeah.
6 out of 8.
All right, well, you want to get to the results and
Sure,
we'll talk about the storylines?
Yeah.
So, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which had 3,000 entrants, and then more than 2,000 actually were there. Free to enter tournament, right? So some people didn't show up, but still more than 2,000 actually there is fantastic.
Still one of the biggest Smash tournaments ever, right?
Right, so, still gigantic, yeah. So winner was SST Shuton with Olimar, then Kome with Shulk, then T with Pac-Man. I don't know. Again, we don't have much time, so we're not going to get through literally every player here. But I got to say, during that time, honestly, I was playing fighting games, but Street Fighter. But I loved listening to the Japanese commentators piped into the house. I don't know what they were saying. I have no idea. Oh, okay. But I thought that they did so good, like being hype and like getting even me. Oh, dude, for a while. So I only needed to use like a third of my brain to beat everybody in the backstage there. So the other 2/3, I was listening to Smash commentary. I'm just doing half and half, more or less, not even. Messing around. No, but I really thought that they did a good job. It was fun. It was very fun to listen to.
I'm gonna hug my cat now.
Oh man. Seriously, shoutouts. I thought all the Japanese commentary sounded really, really good. I thought a couple things were interesting in this as well, even on top of the results, because Sakurai was there.
Yeah.
Sakurai was there.
That was a big deal. And I was talking to some of the casters, Vicky was there, and she was just like, I'm going to try not to like fall over myself trying to see him and everything like that. So.
Yeah. So he said, this is a quote via translation, but quote, "It felt really wonderful that all the characters were moving in a very rapid way. I myself have never seen them move like this, so I was really interested in how the game was proceeding." Well,
there you go. It's a very similar to Mori's situation, who just didn't know, Niitsuma, we'll be talking about him a little bit. They asked him at the panel at Evo one year, they were like, did you know about some of the crazy things these characters could do? And he was like, yeah, but we just didn't think people could actually do it, and... Here we go, same kind of situation.
So I think it's cool that Sakurai went there and watched and was like, "Oh, this is very interesting." But also, really, you'd never seen them move like that before? What do you mean? How could that be?
I mean, he's probably seen them move really fast when they're running to get the items.
Man. So anyway, there's two ways you can take that, right? How can you not know this? But also, hey, he's paying attention. So that's nice.
No, I think it's really cool because I think that's one of the first times he's ever gone to an event like that, right?
Exactly.
So it's just going to be very educational for him and maybe be like Mori. So the very first year that Arxis went to Evo, when they put that booth and they went all out and made this really sick booth, they got a lot of great response from it. And then they watched the tournaments and everybody was going nuts and they were like, we didn't know it was like this. Right. And that really changed the way they perceived everything too. So we can hope.
We can hope.
We can hope.
I think that's very cool. Another thing about Smash was that the grand prize was a controller. So,
but again, a lot of I'm frustrated because I saw a lot of people kind of.
Thanks, you guys, Jimmy.
But they kind of go and put the blame on Evo a couple of times, right? This is clearly a Jesu problem right here. So I was told that they couldn't win any money because Smash and Nintendo are not part of the part of the Japanese esports union. I was told as well. Yeah, so it's that whole thing again.
Yeah, so as I said, free to enter tournament because in Japanese tournaments, in Japanese law, you can't take entry fees for something like that, or else it can be considered gambling. There's other reasons too, having to do with advertising and the like, that they don't allow for this sort of stuff. But yeah, so if Nintendo didn't give them the okay, if Nintendo wasn't part of the Jesu, and if Nintendo didn't give them, money to give out basically for the winner, there was no pot to be won. Yes. It doesn't work like that in Japan. So it's true that that's not Evo's fault. I also think it'd be great if, Evo was in countries that, could remunerate the competitors rather than countries that forbid it. So, I don't know.
I mean, maybe instead of Evo Japan, they could move it to, Evo Korea or something like that, right? That'd be kind of sick. I'd like to visit Korea one of these days,
to be honest.
But you know what? At least the person who won the tournament showed them how they felt, and he threw the controller on the ground.
Okay. Oh man,
spreading vicious rumors here.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, only a controller, huh? Yeah, reject your controller, because, in Asian culture, you drop something on the ground, it means it's worthless, and no, I'm just kidding.
He dropped the controller, yeah.
Yeah, he did drop the controller. It wasn't intentional.
No.
Sakurai handed him a controller, and then he dropped the controller.
He did.
Yeah, it was an accident. It's an
For
accident.
sure, no doubt about it. Street Fighter V.
Start chucking crabs.
Haha.
That's a reference. Okay.
Street Fighter V. DNG Nauman won it with Sakura.
Dude, I'll tell you this right now. When he made the top 8 on Winter Side, I thought he was going to be that crazy random guy who made it top 8 and then went 0-2.
Yeah.
And then
Nope.
he won the tournament.
He won the whole thing. And in
Sakura,
pretty convincing
dude.
fashion, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Mago, who got second place, was destroying everybody.
Yeah.
And he looked lost versus Nauman.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't even play. Like, he played Cammy and beat up Sako, played Cammy and all. And then he would, like, try Karen, and it wasn't working. And then he kept sticking with it, and he actually looked lost. What do you think? I mean, do you think that this means that Sakura is actually top tier? Or do you think Nauman is just amazing?
Yeah, Nauman's super good. And at the same time, Sakura is, like, a good, viable character. And while it may be optimal to not play Sakura, like, it may still be the case that, like, if you want to play that sort of playstyle, there might be a couple better characters at it than Sakura.
Right.
But if you just really like the character and want to compete with her, then you can. As shown by, like, there it is. You actually can win a big tournament because somebody did it.
Well, two things. One, Hi-Fi, not right now, but much earlier, said that this was one of the first major tournaments where one of the new generation beat
I don't think
the
it was
older
one of
generation.
them. I think this was
Yeah,
the
he
one.
said it was like, this is the first time that in a big event that one of the old school people beat the newer schools.
That new school beat old school.
Yeah, the new school beat old school. And then the other thing he just said here, that he was down 2-0-2 versus Sako.
Yeah.
And apparently, Itazan, part of DNG, went up to Nauman and said, dash more.
Oh,
and that was
I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that. He just typed that in our chat, literally right now.
Intel,
so he was losing
huh?
to Sako, and then at 0-2, Itazan went to Nauman and said, dash more. And that's it.
Interesting.
Dash more.
Huh.
If Nauman ever opens his own city, it's just going to be called Dashmore. I am the mayor of Dashmore.
Yeah, that's super cool. I didn't know that. It's very interesting to know.
It's
so, yes, like you said, second place was Mago, Cammy, and Karen.
Mm-hmm.
You got third with FAV, Sako with Minot and Kage.
Yeah.
Knuckle-Dew, then Infiltration, and Itabashi Zangief, then Trashbox and Machobo in seventh places.
Yeah. I mean, some people in the chat are like typing like greatest advice ever. It's crazy how much that can make a difference. A lot of times you just be like, just jump more.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden things change, and you just don't see it.
Right.
It's weird how hard it is to see something so simple sometimes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I thought it was a really fun tournament. There was really, really good character variety.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So many different characters
Dude,
used.
what was the stat that you said
Okay,
about
so the
that?
stat is that in the top 128 at Evo Japan and Street Fighter V, every single character was used except for Lucia and E Honda.
How did that happen, dude? That is
people
so
will get there.
crazy,
People will
dude.
get there,
But it's just happened to be the characters
I
that
know.
we're playing, dude.
know, yeah.
They just hate us, dude. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, as I was commentating, I did see... what was the Honda's name? Aoki, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I did see a Honda.
He did lose to Storm Kubo in order to qualify out.
yeah.
So he didn't end up qualifying out as a result.
Right.
Yeah, people will pick up Honda. He's good, obviously. It'll get there. But very good character variety. Really good
I
tournament
did
to watch.
say he fought a good Honda in his pool, so
That's
there
cool.
you go. I didn't see any Lucias, although I know there was one on stream during pools. I'm pretty sure there was a Lucia. Yeah, I definitely didn't commentate it, but I saw some. We don't need Mike Ross for Honda anymore. We have Ultra David.
Mike Ross came after me anyway in Honda. I didn't play him in SF4, but I've been playing him, buddy. I've been playing Honda since like 2003.
Oh, dang. Okay, here we go. David is...
I'm feeling spicy today, James.
in there right now, dude. Mike Ross.
Wow. And the last time this is actually a true story. The last time I entered a major and used Honda in doing so, I got better than fourth place. Got third at final round.
I'm going to have to drink some more water. It's spicy in
Spicy.
here, dude.
was like 9 years ago. So it's just, you know, things may be a little bit different nowadays.
Oh, man.
Tekken 7.
Yes.
Dude, your tone really dropped there. Wow.
No, because I know what's coming here.
Okay, sure. So Talon Book won it with Leroy. And then second place was Ito Mikio with Julia. Cool, that's good character.
Basically,
then third, you had QS Games Noroma, who played Steve and Leroy. So in the top three, there were 3 different characters. Kind of. Anyway, then Ulsan with Kazumi Bob.
Yeah,
And Leroy. Then you had Gen in 5th with Shaheen. And Leroy. Then you had Chikarin also 5th with Leroy, and then 7th were Masa and Zugal, both using Leroy.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing about it, honestly, Mikio kind of like saved the tournament a little bit, because I know that a lot of people, because he became the hero. He became the hero with Kazumi. People were rooting for Kazumi.
That's right.
They wanted Down Forward 1 to win, dude. Like, that's how excited people were, just not to have Leroy take the tournament. Leroy did take it in the end, very fitting, and I think it's a good sign. And even then, like, you could tell, like, Harada and Mike Murphy are probably are very aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, of course. How could they not be? We'll talk about it. There's already patched, and there's probably another one. There's another one coming. So 6 of the top 8 effectively were using Leroy, and
dude,
when he won, he said, "Just pick Leroy." Right during the interview.
Yeah,
so he's honest about it, which I appreciate.
Dude, the craziest thing was someone showed me a picture from an arcade, like the day after Evo. I think this was on Monday or something. That there was like a arcade or a patcha slot that had a Tekken pachinko machine, and they had a flyer in their window that said, "Don't worry, there are no Leroys in this," or something like that.
Dang.
I don't know if it was a Photoshop or something. Right. It's what I want to believe, but someone's like, "No, I think this is legit a sign." So,
Zoinks. Well, that said, although I'm definitely no expert in the game, I still really enjoyed watching it. I still thought that it was a really fun top 8. Leroy's obviously super good, but not the boring kind of good. Like, he's the kind of good where there's a lot of options, and it's fun to watch, and he's moving all over the place. He's got all these big options, and he can... It was still, I thought, considering the lack of character variety, actually a really good top 8.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I actually wasn't watching a lot of the top 8s because I was too busy playing in the background. I did first to 5s with Steve. I did first to the 5s with Rip.
Cool. That's cool.
I did first to 5 with Steve, and then another first to, I think, 2 because he wanted the run back.
Damn.
It was 5-4. But I dropped my combo to win at 5-3. Then he dropped his combo to win it at 5-4. So it was, it worked out.
It's all good. Just playing casuals.
Yeah.
I thought Tekken was still fun. But, they're fixing things. Then, in addition, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, Kubo won it. YG Kubo with Yumi and Seth. Dora Bang got second with teams including Naoto and Merkava. And, wow, they didn't list the Blitz Tank team up there, but he had a Blitz Tank team as well. I went back and watched this afterward because I wasn't watching at the time.
Oh, cool.
I was not there yet. Maybe we were traveling.
Oh, yeah, I think we were.
I don't remember what it was.
We might have been eating our pasta or something.
Oh, that actually could be. Yeah. Anyway, I went back and watched, and it was really fun.
Okay.
What a blast of a game. Super good game to watch. Good job on commentary, everybody, again. In addition, Samurai Showdown was won by Gamera with Shiki. And second place was Emujima with Shizumaru, and third AMTRS Score with Haomaru.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because Score's been winning all the events. He's just been winning everything. I mean, at Frosty Faustings, he actually ended up getting second to Didi Mokov.
Oh, okay.
And, but, third place here, people were kind of similar situation, happy to see Shizumaru not take the event because Shizumaru is still clearly the best character right now.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
What's Shiki like? She's
very good.
She got good?
She's very good. She's very good. She went from being one of the worst when it came out to now being very viable.
Okay, cool.
Now. Yeah, she's actually super good now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, very nice. Did you watch this?
I didn't get a chance to watch any of it, so yeah. Yeah, Didymokov is kind of ridiculous at the game right now.
Nice.
Although, talking to some of the guys about Sam Show, like I talked to American Aru,
okay.
which is the OO version.
Right, Aru,
and, talking to them, and he was saying that the Shizumarus there in Japan were doing all the combos that a lot of people in the U.S. don't try because it's too hard to do.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of the Japanese players were just doing it like pretty consistently and stuff. So,
dang.
So there you go. So if you have a Shizumaru that can do the instant overhead dash B combo consistently, then like that just makes Shizumaru from being best to even better best, dude. It's crazy. So we'll see what they do.
Cool. Soul Calibur 6 was won by BDG Blue God with Aswell.
Dude, No, dude, you don't understand how happy I am for the Soul Calibur scene here. So one, I got to commentate again. I was like, I missed this game. Because they put me on it. I was like, I haven't played the game in like 6 months or something like that. But I jumped on there, and I still remembered enough. Markman was commentating with me, so he helped a lot. But I still remembered, I still had all my notes, too. So I was like looking at all my notes on my phone for Soul Calibur commentary. Boy, I missed that game. And then not only that, but someone came up to me, I think it was Komai, and he was showing me the tier list in Japan for the game. And it was it was S tier with a few characters, A+ tier with a good chunk of characters, and then everybody else was an A tier. There was nothing below A tier. He said the game is super balanced right now. And if you look at it, Evo Japan last year was won by France.
Right.
Evo was won by Japan.
That's right.
The Invitational was won by France, and then Evo Japan was won by US. We've had the 3 major regions all win big tournaments, not in home court. No home court wins.
Interesting.
But that just shows how strong the global community is. Like, there's no one area stronger than the other. It's just in such a good place right now.
The Singaporean scene's really good, too,
Yeah, right? They're the one that's missing right now. They're the one that needs to get that big win now. So I predict they're going to win Evo Worlds.
Okay.
So let's go. Let's go.
Dang, a hint into James's game selection for tonight. Got it.
Oh.
Preview.
Yeah, I guess.
Preview.
I didn't even think about that. But yeah, no, I think I think that game is in such a good place right now, and they've done. Okubo again is doing such a good job balancing the game and thinking about it, and really doing a lot of work to make sure that it's turning out like just in a nice spot. So I'm happy. I'm happy.
Second was Yutoto, who won Evo. Voldos, Asalamel, Raphael, and Aswell, and then Illusion Link Wars got third.
Yeah,
Geralt and Siegfried. Fourth was Shen-Chan Tira. So that is USA. Japan, USA, Singapore.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Skill was
Skills France. Yeah. So top 5. There you go,
man.
Representing it all. Did all 4 of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's it for the main tournaments.
Yep.
There were a ton of smaller tournaments. I mean,
so Dragon Ball wasn't an official tournament then, huh?
Okay,
okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But there were just a ton of small tournaments because there were so many arcade machines. They brought random games, dude. Hokuto no Ken was there. Chaos Breaker was there.
Yeah, they were playing Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I saw Damon Bride, and I have never heard of that fighting game before.
I don't know what that is.
I've actually never... I saw a fighting game that I've never heard of, and I was like, what is this? You know,
Is it new or is it old?
It's an older game. It's an older game, and I never heard of it. It was crazy, dude. Like, they were playing everything. Footsies was there. Definitely.
So, all in all, much better Evo Japan.
Yeah.
Much better.
Much happier. And as much as, we would like to have it travel to different countries more, but they even said that this is the result of having it in one place, is that the people can get better at it. So, in essence, it kind of still is a good idea to have Evo Japan next year, but maybe we could figure out a way to split it around. Oh, Ranma, dude, the clip of the grand finals in Ranma, literally was the difference between super zony character and super rushdown character, and someone got zoned out for 95% of the round.
I did see this.
And then the guy got... But what I didn't understand is once he knocked him down, everyone started going crazy because it was like that character had an unblockable or something, because he just did a jump kick and the guy just took it. I don't know what the story behind that is, if Hi Fight actually has more knowledge on that. I just saw it jump, but the funniest thing is the chick who was zoning really well with the little the
Akuma Air Fireball. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like those the juggling pins or whatever like that. Yeah. Just made me think of the fact that they changed that into a clown on a unicycle in Street Combat in America, and I'm just like,
I don't even remember.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, it was stun? Is that what it was? Oh, okay. So that move just stunned him right away. One combo stun. Got it. Okay, makes sense. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, Evo Japan.
Yeah,
Shout
good
outs.
tournament.
I do think that it would be cool if there were, obviously, Evo in Vegas or wherever they do. Probably still in Vegas, right, in the future. And then it would be great to have Evo somewhere else, like Evo, I don't know, France, whatever, Korea.
There should be one in Europe.
It would be great, honestly. But I am persuaded by the thought that it takes a few years for a group of people organizing to actually be able to run a strong event if they haven't previously had an event of this size. So, okay, that is honestly pretty persuasive.
If they could split it to maybe once every 4 months, if they wanted to do an Evo Europe, so throw Evo Japan to maybe March or maybe in October or something, and then on the other one put in Evo Europe, I think would be cool. If that's something that they want to do. But honestly, I feel like if they went more than that, that would be too many.
I definitely got pee on myself right now.
For sure. No, did he pee on himself?
Yeah.
Well, wait,
and I got it. It was definitely on the fur. Well,
do you want to wash your hands?
No,
right now?
It's fine. I'll just smell like cat pee.
Okay. I'm never using your keyboard ever again. Oh, man.
But I'll definitely wash my hands at the break.
Okay. Anyways.
Cat pee.
Stupid cat. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's happened many times.
Okay.
All right.
There were announcements at Evo.
There were.
The announcements that stood out to me the most was the Soul Calibur announcement.
Sure.
Okubo was also a troll, too.
Hi.
You remember at Evo Worlds, he was like, I just wanted to come out here and thank everybody for supporting Soul Calibur. We had a great year. Yeah. So, things are tough, but, we just want to give you a thank to show you our appreciation at the end of Soul Calibur.
Right.
And then it was like Season 2 trailer, and then here at Evo Japan, it's like, I know you guys want to see Haomaru. We're hard working on him. We don't have enough to show you guys yet. So just know, here's a picture of him. He's coming soon. Okay, they left, and then they played a trailer for Haomaru. Yeah. And it was the sickest. Haomaru looked so sick.
He looks really good.
He looks super good.
When they first announced it, I thought it was a little bogus because I didn't know how they would differentiate him so much from Mitsurugi. Because they're both samurai dudes.
Yeah.
But he looks cool and interesting.
Yeah, he looks cool and interesting, and they actually tried to keep his moveset very similar, too, which was interesting. So he might even play much more simple
very interesting.
Well. So I'm really curious to see how they pull him off. But my God, it was so. His stage was beautiful. He was beautiful. Oh, dude, it was so nice looking. Dude.
Agreed.
It was so crazy.
For sure, agreed.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, man.
And yes, The Chemist. I do like the Castlevania series on Netflix. True story. One of the main people who works on that is a person named Samuel Dietz. Who is the brother of Adam Dietz, who also works on the show. You may know Adam Dietz as Kamui from the Third Strike days. Huh. He was one of the best Third Strike players. He used to do combo videos with Mopreme all the time. Sure. And he's fighting game community helped bring about that Castlevania series. So there you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Deep lore right there.
Yeah.
They also showed some Samsho stuff. Mina and Sogetsu Kazama gameplay trailers shown at Evo Japan.
Mm-hmm. And Iroha was also shown a little bit too. And it's so funny too because Iroha is like she's a late Samsho character. Okay. And she's clearly the waifu character. Like, let's just give her, she's just got huge tracts of land and and apparently the creator was like, I am not putting this character in this game.
Really?
I'm not putting this character in this game. Because she's like total like fan service kind of like, I'm not doing it. Okay. She won like every user poll for who you want in the game, and so he was just like, fine.
That's funny.
Yeah,
okay.
So there she is.
So she's the third character for DLC Season 2.
What's that?
She's the third character for DLC Season 2.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And there's a fourth character that is hidden, TBD. Silhouetted, and we don't know who that is. So
cool. Well, I think that's about it for Evo Japan. Anything else to say?
Nope.
Okay.
Again, if you want to see what my thoughts of Japan were, that video will be up on YouTube tomorrow. So
very nice.
Okay.
And if you want to experience my distorted personal view of how Evo Japan went, then check it out. It's on YouTube already at youtube.com/UltraChenTV. All those things in that video are things that I'm thinking in the moment, for the most part. Like, that's how I experience the world, is just like a constant
all views
set,
in that vlog do not represent the entire channel. The views in that video only represent
That's right. Oh, okay, wow. All right, Nathan, let's get a little separation here between.
Barrier.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to reach over.
It's a P block.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, you want to talk about new characters real fast?
The more than just new characters being announced, some new characters were actually released.
Indeed, they were. Yeah. So among them were MK11's Joker.
Yes.
Joker's out. Joker, it looks so much better than Injustice. Way better. In Injustice, I always thought he was like a little crab-looking dude. He's like kind of hunched over weirdly. He like moves like a little crab side to side. Very weird-looking character, I always thought. But in this game, he's animated really nicely. He's very Joker-y. Like, that is to say, like, he has little flourishes on his moves. Almost like the end of, like, Abigail buttons. Where he, like, does a little dance.
Okay.
But they're included in the actual moves animation. He's got a lot of that sort of personality in him, which is really good. And as far as a character, he seems very strong. He seems really
Fatal
consistent.
Blow a grab?
His Fatal Blow's not a grab.
Oh, okay. Because I swear I saw in a Sonic Fox clip, he just did it right next to someone and they just kind of ate it.
They probably just ate it.
Okay.
Yeah. But he can cancel his Fatal Blow like Joker can.
Oh, okay. Like
Johnny can.
Cage. Yeah, okay.
And when he does that, when it's on cooldown, if he gets a forward throw on you, that's when his throw crushing blow comes into play.
Oh, what? Oh,
so
weird.
He's got all sorts of little weird stuff.
Okay.
He's got some zonery things. He's got some setup heavy Oki sort of set play stuff as well, depending on the variation that you pick. So they left that sort of Injustice Joker-y style in him, which I appreciate, while also giving him like a bunch of good normals and good movement and all the sort of things you need to be a consistent character, plus setups. So I think it's cool.
I just want to see what it looks. I haven't seen it yet, but just having him get like destroyed and like fatality, like
you can see his insides if you want to. You can see them.
Okay,
they're there. Oh no, I wiped my face with the cat hands. Bummer. I've been trying not to for the last 5 minutes, but it just happened.
Well, I'm definitely not kissing you tonight.
Oh, horrible. I have to let my wife know. I really like Joker. I think he's really good, and players like Sonic Fox and Hey George, who are like more interested in that sort of set play heavy style, are playing him, and that seems like a really natural fit.
Dude,
so
Nerd Josh is in our chat.
What up, Joshy?
What's going on? Congratulations on getting in a comic.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, Joker seems really good. They also had a bounce patch in MK11 that changed some stuff around, nerfed Geras a bit.
What about like Cage? Did they nerf him a little bit?
Yeah, they nerfed him very slightly. The fireballs are like 2 frames slower or something. It's like, I mean, he's still extremely good, but he didn't need.
I saw a tier list, and Scorpion is like at the very bottom of the tier list right now. He's not very good anymore. Huh?
I don't know how much you should trust MK tier lists. I'll be honest. I do think it's probably true that he's in the sort of bottom half, but I also think that it's almost like the Soul Calibur tier list you were talking about, where it should really just be like A and B. Like, there's nothing worse than that.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
I'd love to go into the MK patch more, but we just don't have time. I feel like we should just move on, unfortunately.
Okay.
Then also, Byleth was released in Super Smash Bros.
Is
Ultimate.
it Byleth or Blyeth?
I have no idea.
Someone in the chat let me know. I always thought it was Blyeth, but maybe I'm wrong. Byleth. It is Byleth. Okay,
that's what I
was wrong there.
I thought I was about to be crazy.
Okay. Oh, dang. Okay, Byleth.
I've heard some people say that they think she's pretty bad. Right. But I've also heard people say that they think that she's currently slept on and will get there.
Right. I mean, that's how it works a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, a lot of people were sad that the final character revealed was another Fire Emblem character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but however, if they had... there's probably something weird in the announcement order. I can't imagine that was supposed to be the last character revealed. Like, maybe it was supposed to be Terry, but But they also did announce that there will be 4 more characters.
Yeah.
Which came out of nowhere, but it's just going to keep going. So.
Well, it's going to be, Fighters Pass 2, which is available now, although the characters aren't, but you can buy it now for $29.99.
Yes. Oh, is it 6 more? Ooh.
Yeah, Fighters Pass 2.
Okay, 6
more. They're doing a lot of stuff.
So I'm still going to do it, man. Dirk the Daring.
Oh, we're back to this old one.
But I think
would be cool.
I did mention in the chat before that I did say that I think Kunio would be super cool in there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
River City Ransom, Super Dodgeball, that whole American Technos franchise. Yeah. And then actually, I was thinking about it, and like, why isn't like Bomberman in there?
I don't know why Bomberman's not in there.
Bomberman should be in there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then another Fire Emblem character. And
you're just allocating Fire Emblem.
You always got to save one spot for that.
At least one per season.
But I mean, obviously you can tell I'm like hitting all the guest characters because they could be adding more Nintendo characters,
right.
But I don't know, is there any more Nintendo characters that we'd want to see? Like, were they going to put Stanley the Bugman in there, right? So do you even know which game Stanley the Bugman is from?
It doesn't sound familiar.
Man, see, your lore, you don't have
it doesn't sound familiar.
Donkey Kong 3.
Okay.
Stanley the Bugman.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're running out of like famous video game characters, but maybe they're not.
yeah.
I mean, kind of.
No, Stanley the Bugman is not a famous character.
No, okay, yeah.
Not at all. Wario. Everyone wants Wario.
Wario's in there.
I'm sorry, Waluigi.
Oh, Waluigi. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And it's funny, too, because a lot of people are like, why do they call him Waluigi? Like, Wario, shouldn't they have called him, like, Wuigi or Tuigi or something?
Yeah.
But Warui, W-A-R-U-I, is a pun because that word means, like, idiot or jerk or something like that. So, but anyways.
That's pretty smart.
Yes, anyways.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, my God. I touched my face again. This is going to be very difficult for me.
Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's actually take a break right now so that I can go wash my hands.
Okay, cool. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some Granblue stuff and some other fighting game news. We'll be right back. Oops, so I'm clicking all the wrong things right now. Okay, there we go. So every time I go to Japan, one of my favorite things to do is just drink this milk tea drink that's available in Japan, that's only available in Japan, and I don't know why. It's made by Kirin, and they have all sorts of Kirin's other tea drinks available in all the Mitsuas and all the other Japanese markets, but they just don't have this milk tea. I don't know why they don't have this milk tea. Well, I definitely checked in luggage, so I definitely bought 2 giant bottles, and I brought it back with me. So I have I have 2 bottles of it here that I'm going through pretty quickly, unfortunately. They used to have it in the U.S., huh? Kirin milk tea is ridiculous. Every time I go to Japan, I get that, and I also get the what do you call it? The corn soup. The corn soup that's in the vending machines and the hot chocolate. It's like the Van Housen or whatever like that. They're so good. Oh, man. I even looked on Amazon one time a long time ago just to see if anyone on Amazon sold this milk tea. And they did, but they charged a buttload for it because it's so hard to get in America. So, hoo-ah!
Well, I got 4 big bags of Japanese Kit Kats.
This thing right here, this milk tea is so good. My friend Jason bought a ton of Kit Kats and brought them home with him. So, yeah.
I got matcha. I got roasted tea.
Okay.
I got strawberry, and then I got different strawberry.
Was it the one with the kind of bean pasty thing with it?
It's not bean pasty.
Oh, dude, there's this one.
It might be strawberry cheesecake.
I forgot what it was called. Oh, okay. There was one with like this. It comes with this like this Japanese fruit kind of like it's almost kind of like I don't know what it is, but it's super good. However, I'm telling you, next time you go, make sure you pick up these right here. These are the sake apples.
Sake apple Kit Kat.
Sake apple Kit Kats.
Okay.
I don't have much left.
No, you can keep it for yourself.
You sure you don't want to try one?
That's all right. Yeah, I don't want to take it from you. Thanks, though.
Love to give you one.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I've had plenty of Kit Kats in the last few days. So I went to a little store that sold all sorts of candy, and I sent my wife pictures of like the entire candy department on WhatsApp, and I was like, "Which one of these do you want?" She was like, "Get me like all these Kit Kats." And
yeah, if you go to Japan and you want to do all that stuff, look for the Don Quixote stores. It's basically their kind of department store where they sell everything, and you will find every snack as possible over there.
I thought it was a whole store of just snacks.
Oh yeah, Mr. G, I definitely played a lot of ST on Monday. Got my ass kicked and stuff like that by some good players over there. I actually did better this year than I did last year, but last year also was like the cream of the crop was there last year. That was just not even cool. Man, but I had a lot of fun playing that ST. God, it's every time I sit there and play that. It's weird because the one thing that you do forget when you play in the arcades again is that you have to get used to the cabinets again. And the chairs were really low, even for the cabinets there, and the sticks were very loose. Okay. I was jumping everywhere because the joystick was kind of high, and so I had too much up leverage, and I just jumped all over the place. I kept jumping when I didn't want to, so yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's coming back.
Okay.
And we only have about 20 minutes until we've got to start talking about the Evo stuff. So.
Jesus, okay, all right.
We're going fast here.
Okay, we'll have to go even faster. All right, we'll be right back. Well, we're coming back.
What up? Welcome back. So, I've now washed my hands and face. Crisis averted.
Yeah, no, I'm still not going to do it.
He's going to do it. Granblue Fantasy Versus is coming out this week in Asia.
Japan,
yes, not here, but in Asia. On February 6th. So in basically a day? I don't know what time it is in Japan now, but it's tomorrow already, so it's half a day, maybe?
I mean, I know a lot of people said they're going to go buy the Hong Kong digital version or something like that. I'll probably try to do the same. Just so
reportedly, the Hong Kong version has English in it. It hasn't been confirmed to me that all the menus are in English or that the RPG mode is in English. I haven't seen confirmation of that yet. But certainly, there's at least some English in it.
Right.
So, there you go.
Cool. I mean, I'm planning to mess with that game a lot.
Is it indeed the entire game? I've heard back and forths on this.
Oh, well, Mikey says it's an entire game.
Mikey probably knows, I guess. All right.
Yeah, so there you go. They said there have been conflicting reports about the HK version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We'll find out. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, so they announced the U.S. release finally.
Right.
And it's in March, right?
It's on March 3rd.
March 3rd, so a month later. So a lot of people, this is big news, a lot of people were very disappointed and upset by the disparity in the release, in the month-long release here. Look, we've had to wait longer than that before. A month, actually, to me, doesn't even feel that bad, to be honest with you. It sucks. It clearly sucks because they're going to get a head start on everything like that. But I think if you have the ability to go to locals, you'll probably find somebody there who has it, so you'll probably be able to play it a little bit. Hopefully you know a friend who has it or something like that and gets to try it and stuff.
Not really the same as having the game
obviously,
at home, right?
Yeah, obviously. So,
yeah, I think it's a big bummer.
But I mean, like, remember how long we had to wait for, like, even Unist and Uniel and all that stuff like that?
But I also think it's, like, a different decade, and we should have higher standards for that. Yeah. I don't particularly know what the reason is for the delay, but I feel like it can't have been intentional. You know, I feel like they didn't plan it to be like this. I mean,
the fact that, you know, Xseed was so quiet on it and stuff like that, I'm sure it's probably just... There's a lot of translation work in this game compared to a lot of the other games, right? Localization is not something that's super easy.
No, of course.
People don't realize how... I mean, as a software developer, you actually learn to start developing software to make them localizable. Like... when you design your UIs and stuff like that, you never actually write the strings in the UI. It's all just references to this giant storage file of all the text in there. So that way you can just translate that file and it translates everything else. But then if you translate it, sometimes it doesn't fit on the screen anymore. It doesn't do this and it just doesn't line up. And it's a pain in the ass. So there you go. So it's a tough situation. It's not easy to translate games.
Yeah, I mean... as people in the chat are saying, I've heard that the Hong Kong version has all the English.
Okay, cool.
But I've also heard that it doesn't have all the English. Right. And I don't know which one of those is correct, because I've heard it from people who I think are credible on both sides. So I don't know. But if it's the case that it has all the English, then it wasn't translation reasons for the delay in NA.
That's true.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. In any case, yeah, I think it's a big bummer for places outside of East Asia to not get it immediately. I just think that nowadays it's different than it once was. Like, it's not reasonable to wait, certainly as long as we used to, 6 months, more in some cases. But even a month, I think, is a bummer. Now, I'm still going to get it.
I mean, how unfair is it, though? Like, think about Japan, right? They have to wait infinite for MK11.
There actually was an MK scene at Evo Japan, by the way. On Saturday, people were there. I mean, I do think it sucks. And some people are saying that they are, concerned about how this is going to make the game play the sort of scene aspect in North America and in other parts of the world, that it may hurt the scene. If the game is not out immediately, if you don't have access to it immediately, if you feel like you're going to be behind, there are a lot of good games to play right now. And if you want to play one that's just going to put you behind competitively, that's not a good business decision in a real sense for top level players. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
to be honest, if you're somebody who's not in a credible position to win big money, then I kind of think it's like less important. You versus the Japanese players is less of a concern. Right. But for people who are at that top level who would have liked to have competed, it's going to be pretty tough to be an entire month behind. So
that's a good question. Is the Hong Kong and Japanese version going to have English dialogue? They're probably not going to have English.
I've heard that the Hong Kong one has English dialogue too.
Like spoken?
That's what I've heard. But again, I mean, look, like I've been saying, I have heard both things.
Right.
So I don't know. But that's what I've heard.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I get where you're coming from. But at the same time, there's some people in chat saying that this is just such a huge mistake. And I don't know. I guess I have more empathy just because I've been on production side and release schedules and things. Just I feel like a month is actually kind of impressively fast. You know what I mean?
I'm not upset at Xseed or anything. I'm sure that whatever happened was, I can't imagine it was intentional. I don't know what the deal is, so I'm not upset at them. I think it's but as a player who could stand to win money if you were to compete in Granblue.
Yeah. It's frustrating, for sure.
Pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who's not going to win money, but you just like to be... If you want to figure stuff out, right? That's part of what I like to do, right? I like to figure stuff out immediately. So for me, a lot of the value in a new fighting game, especially one that I don't intend to be like top level or commentate, is in finding the early cool tech.
Right.
And by a month, it's done. People have figured out 90% of cool tech that a game's going to have, right? At that point, you're really on the margins.
Yeah, and that is an interesting situation, and I feel like a lot of companies have to understand that too, is, some people in the chat are saying, maybe if they just told us why it was going to be delayed, we would be a little more sympathetic or something like that. And, communication is kind of a big deal these days. Before... we just didn't have any access to any, there was just a giant wall between whoever's making something and the people buying it. It's not like that anymore. And maybe companies just haven't gotten used to the fact that they can just try to be a little bit more open about things like that. With the things they can be open about, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Who knows what they can say.
If the reason is because Gung Ho in Japan wants Japan to have an advantage. Then you can't be public about that. What I mean? If it's something like that, obviously. So.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think Side Games is not like that.
Yeah,
they want to make big money, and I think it's we all expect the game to do well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'll get the Hong Kong version if it's English.
Yeah, I'll probably grab that too because I have a Hong Kong account already.
Do you? Okay.
Because I used that to get I think it was Guilty Gear and Unist early. I think I got both of those early with that Hong Kong account, so I'll have to make sure I try to remember all the passwords and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'll pick it up because when we had them over onto the show a couple of weeks ago to show off the game, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun.
I just want to eat food with Luane all day.
That was pretty cheesy,
I just
dude.
want to just throw the robot out there and just go eat.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny. Yeah,
definitely.
Okay.
And waiting an entire month is a bummer for sure.
Yeah, a month is a long time. While not a long time, it is a long time.
All right. Well, look, a lot of other stuff happened. You went to Frosty's. Give me 2 minutes.
Frosty's, fantastic tournament. Again, it's
Frosty Faustings to be
Frosty
specific.
Faustings. It's becoming one of those can't miss it tournaments. The biggest problem is that it just doesn't have a lot of the tournament circuits because of its time frame,
right?
Which is unfortunate. But honestly, like as a start to the year, as a start to the season, as just a fantastic event to go to that's run with a lot of love. It really is Combo Breaker's little brother. Like it has that feel to it, right?
And it's in Chicago area.
Yeah, and they're going to an even bigger venue next year. So this was the first year in this venue, which was already bigger, and it already felt crowded. And they're going to an even bigger venue next year. So they're really trying to go big. Which reminds me, by the way, if we take a break, I have a bunch. Well, actually, talk real quick, and then I'll
I don't have anything else to say about Frosty's. I didn't go.
Okay, I'll grab something later. So
I mean, if you're done talking about it, that's fine. But I just didn't go. So.
Okay. It was a really fun tournament. I had a really great time there. Okay. I had a really great time. The Samurai Showdown tournament was super awesome as well. I got to do top 8 commentary with Tubaware. Right. It's the first time I've actually gotten to commentate with Tubaware ever. Can you believe that?
No,
dude?
that seems... Yeah, okay.
Crazy. And it's weird, too, because a lot of people, when they saw me do that with Tubaware, people were like, does James Chen like Samurai Showdown? And I was like, what? I freaking love this game and everything. So, yeah.
That's weird. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you got to do that. Cool.
Yeah, so I had a lot of good time. So I had a lot of fun there. A lot of fun. Yeah, so again, for people, just because it's not on the World Tour, I know that makes it a little bit harder to go to because a lot of top players were not there. But if you do want to go to an event and have a good time and experience some fun tournaments, Frosty Faust is a good one, and it always just runs from Friday to Saturday, right. So you can leave on Sunday as well and get home early too, which is cool. So, which was perfect because that meant I had at least 1 day, 2 days to prepare for flying to Evo Japan.
That's right. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Same weekend of Evo Japan was also Genesis.
Go ahead and talk about that. I'll be right back.
You got it, my man. Which is one of the biggest Smash tournaments of the year, of course. Smash Bros. Ultimate was won by Mars with Zero Suit Samus. James is off somewhere. MK Leo actually got second, so shout outs to Mars. Leo with Joker. And in Melee, it was won by Zane with Marth and Hungrybox, Jigglypuff right behind, then Mango. I don't know where James went off to. But that's it. I'm trying to keep this very short for talking about other stuff. Then in addition, this past weekend there was Hyperdrive in Southern California, which was an SNK-focused event. And it was a qualifier for Samurai Showdown and KOF SNK World Championships. So Samurai Showdown was won by Didymokov. Second place was Lagia. And then KOF 14 was won by Sanwa M- Violent Kane second. They had KOF 13 as well, and M- won that one too. Wow, he also won KOF 2K2.
Which event is this?
This is...
Oh, Hyperdrive.
Nice. And then Garo was won by Alex Valle.
Oh, really? You just started that game, too.
I don't know what to tell you.
Man, I tell you, man. That guy he's talented at fighting games.
Yes,
talented at fighting games. And, you know, it's just one of those things, again, there's just a different way games played back then. Fighting games from before are very different than fighting games they are now.
What do you got for me?
Michael Hionis, one of the guys who runs the event.
Which event?
Frosty Faustings.
Okay.
Gave me this little cool keychain.
Okay.
It's an insert coin. Like you can see, little 25-cent
like
thing
from an
there.
arcade cab.
Yeah, from an arcade cab. So if you peel this off, it's even got a little slot in here. And if you pull this tab out and you hit the button, it lights up. You get a light up.
That's so cool.
You get a light up. It is heavy. It is heavy. It's a little heavy here.
Well, okay, it's heavy.
So it's heavy. So, but it's just
super cool.
It's a cool little.
I would just hang that up. I don't,
Right, and so
that's awesome.
He told me to give you one too.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I totally forgot about that until we were talking about it. So Hionis was like, I know David will want one too, so give him one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so you can thank Michael Hionis yourself if you have a chance. So there you go.
I'm gonna hang it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So there you go. So
how cute.
Little arcade replica. Let me see. I think I can do this really quick.
Yeah, show it off.
Here we go. This is the one. So that's what it looks like right there. And if you press on it, it lights up. There you go. It's super cool.
Well, I'm definitely squirreling that away.
I think I might have one more that I can raffle. So I think I might raffle it on my stream later on. So, but it's very cool.
That's all. Thanks so much.
Yeah, there you go. Well, like I said, thank him.
Yeah, thank you. Very nice of you.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's run through the last couple of things.
Sure.
That we're not going to get to talk about. Ryota Niitsuma left Capcom.
Yeah,
he was, of course, the producer of TVC and Marvel 3.
Which is one of the greatest fighting games of all time.
Yes, indeed, I agree with that. So, to have him not there is basically confirmation of what we already knew, which is that there's no more Marvel at Capcom. There's no more Marvel games. I mean, it's not literally confirmation. Who knows, right? Obviously, but doesn't seem likely.
Heartbroken.
Doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, for sure. But obviously, that's sad news.
Yeah.
He was super good.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna move him on to Street Fighter or something like that, but I guess not.
He left. He said.
Yeah. So there you go. Well, keep an eye on where he goes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
just
really?
Keep an eye on where he. Oh, I don't have any insight.
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm going to keep an eye on where he goes.
Of course.
Man, great. Now everyone in the chat's like, "Jeez, know something," and I'm like, "I don't know anything."
Yeah.
Oh god. Or just go back and play UMVC 3 again. Yeah, that's the right way to.
Well, when CEO's lineup was announced 2 days ago, UMVC 3 is going to be in it.
Yeah, sick. I would be so awesome if that game just became a staple at all the tournaments again and became a main event at all the events.
I believe it's also a main event at Combo Breaker, and that they're switching off year to year between Ultimate and Infinite.
Mm-hmm. That's what they do.
All right. The Mortal Kombat Pro Competition, some info is given out for it. It's going to be March 7th and 8th in Chicago area. Special guests, Todd McFarlane, Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa, Keith David, the voice of Spawn, nice. Boss Logic. Shout out to Boss Logic. And they're also going to have a Spawn gameplay trailer there.
Oh, Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa. I'm going to have to go say hi to him again. See,
he's your buddy.
He's my buddy.
I met him too. We
Robin Show was the one that I had the long conversations with.
Right.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He was cool. A couple of things in terms of World Tour. Soul Calibur World Tour tournament schedule was announced.
Yes.
Including things like, of course, Evo Japan, which happened. But
it's the first
final
one.
round. Yeah, final round, the mix-up, Combo Breaker, BAM, CEO, VS Fighting, Rev Major, and then the finals. And then same with the Arc World Tour. They announced the premier tournaments for it. Brussels Challenge, final round, Combo Breaker, BAM, Battle Arena Melbourne, Taipei Major, Viennality, Arc Revo, Dreamolition Derby, CEO Taku, Revolution, SEA Major, and Arc Revo.
Don't you love the way, by the way, that Jasmine has really figured out the maximum spot to block all chat?
She is doing a great job of it, believe us.
She just knows this is where I'm looking at my screen all the time, and she just sits there.
Now, in neither of those world tours,
okay,
did I mention Evolution 2020.
Yeah.
Nor is Evolution 2020 mentioned in the Street Fighter V Capcom tour. Nor, of course, is anything like Dragon Ball FighterZ or Mortal Kombat, which haven't actually had the end of their seasons yet and haven't announced the stuff that's going to be happening this year for Evo. Evo's not announced, everybody!
Yeah. I wonder if today they might actually just... You think that maybe they can't announce it and Evo's the only one that can announce them as world tours or something like that? Is that what you're thinking, or is that what you're implying?
It is. That's my thought.
Is that your thought, or do you know something?
Do I know? No.
Oh, okay.
Who would tell me?
Okay.
But that is my guess.
Okay.
I think that there's going to be more information about that.
And again, they're going to announce it at 7 o'clock. We're going to be restreaming it, so just
correct.
Keep that
So
in mind.
You can stick around here if you'd prefer. We'll be prattling a little bit, but we'll mostly let them talk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, as far as the game's lineup, right, we are going to make our own guesses, and then we'll find out how wrong we are at the top of the hour. So, let's start.
All right, let's do this here. Okay.
Just to refresh everybody's memory, here were the games at Evo 2019. 9 of them.
Okay.
You had Street Fighter V, Tekken, Smash Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 11, Under Night in Birth, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Soul Calibur, BB Tag, and Samurai Showdown.
Yes.
Those were the 9 from last year. Now, we don't know how many games are going to be announced for this year. Earlier on Twitter, Mr. Wizard asked for our top 6.
We're just going to predict that it's 9, as previous years.
Hey.
Anyways, okay. Okay. Do you want me to shrink the picture?
It's all good. I'm messing around, but I guess we'll do this now. All right, so
I have a funny feeling our guesses are probably going to be very similar.
look, there's some that like I feel must be guaranteed.
Right.
Like 6 of them are just gonna be there, I think.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. You never know. You never know. All right. Give me your first.
You want me to go first? Okay.
Sure.
All right. All right. My first. I'm gonna start with some of the obvious ones. I'm gonna do Street Fighter V.
Okay. Same.
Okay. So you are gonna do Street Fighter V as well. Make sure I double click on the right thing here. Street Fighter V. And then I'm sure we both have Tekken 7.
Tekken 7.
Tekken 7 is going to be there, right? For sure. All right.
By the way, this is assuming no rights holder shenanigans, which
could happen.
But hopefully not. I don't know. I don't know. What do you got?
Then I'm going to put down another one that I feel like is a no-brainer, which of course is going to be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yes, same.
I'm just going to do Super Smash Ultimate. There you go. So, same for you?
I call Smush.
Smush, okay. There you go.
Very good. All right, my next one. Mortal Kombat 11.
MK11, okay.
There's never not been an NRS game since they started making competitive video games in 2011.
Well, I do have Mortal Kombat 11 in mine as well.
Okay.
Okay, I'm also going to put down Granblue Fantasy Versus.
Sounds right to me. It's
I can't imagine
coming out
not.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like each of the last several years they've had a game that hasn't actually been out before,
right.
And this is the one that fits that bill best, and everybody expects it to be big and popular, and I would be very surprised if it's not there.
Okay. What do you have next?
Next, I have Under Night in Birth.
Uniclair, basically.
Uniclair,
right.
However you want to spell that. Under Night. Just Under Night's fine.
CLR-C-L.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
This game had such a good showing at Evo last year. Well, the previous in the series, right? And the new one is coming out, and it's been doing great in other tournaments, and there's a lot of buzz about it. I feel like it's a pretty natural fit for this.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for that, actually. I mean, I had it in my list, too. Like I said, I think our lists are going to be mostly the same.
I mean, that seems pretty plausible, yeah so far.
My next one that I have in here, I did kind of spoil, but I think Soul Calibur 6 is going to be in there.
I got Soul Calibur 6 in
there. You do have
Show
it in
me
there.
Soul Calibur 6. Do we
Okay.
have literally the same lineup? Maybe.
I think so.
Maybe.
Ding, ding, ding.
There's one more chance of variation, I feel.
Right.
All right, so then I also have returning game Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Blaze Blue.
BB Tag.
BB Tag. There we go. So I'll just call it BB Tag. There you go.
There's a bunch of new content for it. It did great last year. It's been at other big tournaments.
Right.
I don't see why it wouldn't continue.
I'm going to put Dragon Ball Fighters here.
Okay, all right. So there's the point of difference, I see.
Yes,
Maybe to nobody's surprise.
Yep. And then, of course, my last game is Samurai Showdown.
Okay, my last game is Dragon Ball Fighters.
There you go. So our whole differential lies on BB Tag and Sam Show. Who'd have guessed? Who'd have guessed?
Can you, just for my own sake?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I know what you're going to do. I know what you need me to do here.
Thank you.
Go.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this seems like a good set of picks, don't you think? What's happening?
Just going to write just these games here. There you go. This is all we need.
No, leave them up. People can see it. Come on. That's funny, though. So
I was also going to increase the font and just make it all big and stuff. So
Street Fighter is definitely in there. Tekken for sure. I feel like the top 3 I would say are guaranteed.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like Granblue is.
I feel like Granblue is the 4th most guaranteed game.
I would say Granblue. I feel like is more guaranteed than Mortal.
Yes.
I'm not worried that Mortal's not going to be there, but.
Right.
I feel like almost more guaranteed is Granblue.
Right.
So I would say those are the top 4 most. Then my secondary most confident is Mortal Kombat, and then I kind of feel like the rest is up for grabs.
Right, up for grabs.
So 5 of them I would say I'm very sure of.
Yeah, I mean,
then
really, honestly, like Dragon Ball being that low, I really do feel like there might be a chance that it could disappear out of the lineup, just because it hasn't been performing well at a lot of majors recently. So, and it wasn't at Evo Japan. I don't know if they're going to have any rights problems with it or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about rights issues, then yeah, maybe Dragon Ball is one you're concerned about. I don't know, maybe Nintendo, maybe Side Games, probably not.
So there you go. That's our lists right here.
Thanks for the sub, Hausa. Yeah, I think that seems pretty reasonable.
Okay.
Well, I kind of thought there'd be more back and forth on that, so I gave us about 20 minutes to talk about it.
That's fine. What we can do then instead is maybe take a break, because you know what? Actually, I might be able to try restreaming it directly from my computer now that I have a better video card. Because I was planning to restream it via the PlayStation. That was kind of the idea. But then I would have to change the way it captures and stuff like that. Because usually it's better for me to stream it like on another console and then capture it with the external capture device. But I'll try doing it directly here, because otherwise we'll lose our camera and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, people are talking about how I don't have Sam Show. It's true that I don't care for the game. But I think the bigger reason is that I feel that Soul Calibur... I guess for me it came down to Soul Calibur versus Sam Show rather than Dragon Ball versus Sam Show. I felt that Soul Calibur was the one that I was that made that decision for me, and
that's interesting, because I feel like BB Tag is kind of done.
BB Tag is?
Yeah, I feel like
there's a bunch of new stuff, right?
But I even BB Tag players are down on the game. I talked to Flux at. I've heard
Flux's opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him, and he was just like, the game is too crazy now. He's like, I don't even want to play it anymore. You know, I'm talking to a lot of people. Apparently, the new stuff is too wild.
I've heard it's very wild, but I also really like some of the storylines that are still in there. The fact that the U.S. is actually the best at... yeah, that's what I've heard too. The fact that the U.S. is actually the best in an anime game is like pretty wild, and maybe has never happened before.
Right.
So I think that there's cool storylines there. I think there's cool storylines in Soul Calibur, and we talked about some of those before. But in addition, there's still new stuff coming out for that game as well. It seems to be doing well in tournaments. I mean, not that there's not new stuff for Sam Show. There's still more characters coming out, and it's doing as well as Soul Calibur is in tournaments. So that's why for me the two were there. But I felt like there's probably more different. You probably get more of a different subgroup of player by getting Soul Calibur than you do by Sam Show, because Sam Show had so much crossover last year. So that was kind of what it came down to for me.
Interesting. Okay. Do you know what channel it's going to be? Is it going to be on Evo? It is? Okay. Well, do you want to run another quick break then? Let's just run a quick break, and then come back and we'll start the restream then. So
you got it.
Give me this chance to set everything up, basically. So
yeah, it's true that no Sam Show means no SNK, which, you know, is weird. I mean, I agree that obviously SNK is one of the classic devs, but I don't know. That seemed to make sense to me from a game and community perspective.
Yeah, because that was the other reason too. Because I felt like Granblue Fantasy Versus was going to be another anime game. Yeah. You know, from the Arxis group. So I thought it was just going to replace one of the other ones. Was kind of what my thought process.
That makes sense.
So,
but it is. I mean, BB Tag is on their like world tour thing, Arc Revo World Tour. Along with Granblue.
But they, that's right. Yeah. But okay.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out in just a few minutes.
Yeah, exactly right. Man,
we're probably both wrong.
How are we ever gonna find out? Well, we're gonna have to wait a whole 5 minutes now. Yeah. So, okay, we'll be right back, and once we do, we'll be restreaming the Evo show. So, be right back, guys. Ooh, we have 777 viewers right now. Nice.
Crazy. We're about to make bank in the casino.
Rich, exactly. Kissing my cat. Can't believe someone on YouTube one time said, "Is it disturbing to you how much James seems to show affection to his cats?" And I was like, I can't believe that.
What?
I can't believe that.
Come on.
live already? It is live. Starting soon.
I don't even know who's going to be involved.
I know. Like, are they going to have a surprise Mike Ross?
I wonder, yeah, because he's been hanging out a little bit more. Apparently he's been streaming SF5 even.
Yeah. Dude, like I said, there's people that I know who hated Street Fighter V that have played it recently. They're like, this game is fun now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, like, it is in a good position.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I'm playing it even more now, too, and I wasn't even playing it that much recently. Although I'm sad because my character really isn't that great.
Yeah, I think she might be on the lower end of things.
Yeah, I think she might be one of the weaker characters. I don't think she's bad.
No, nobody sucks.
But in the world of Street Fighter V, when clearly the majority of the characters are top 10, like, you know, because, I mean,
there's
what was
30
it?
top 10 characters.
Freaking Problem X just said Vega was top 10.
Oh, I mean,
you know?
come on, though. Come on. I think he's probably better, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of wild.
It does really help him, though, that he has a Frame 1 Invincible tool.
Yeah.
It really does.
Just the backflip, basically?
The backflip, yeah.
But still.
It's not throwing ball. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but yeah. It does help.
I showed that on stream a while ago. You know how everyone always puts up those, like, Tasty Jam clips where they say the same thing all the time? I went back and I showed that old focusattack.com ad that we did that one time. Yeah. Focusattack.com. Jinx, shut up.
Yeah, that's funny. For Splitbox, I'm thinking about like high 200s or maybe $300. It's my current projection, but we'll see. TBD. I'm trying to work out some ways to drop the price and some, you know.
Oh, right.
See if I can like get deals on some of the component parts. Okay. We'll see.
Talk to the people who provide the parts and stuff
exactly.
like that.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to be much less than that for sure.
Right.
I'd like to offer it for less, but I don't think that's really doable. Sure, Miss Friday, if you are willing to pay for that service, you got it.
What's the service?
To deliver them personally. Totally.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. That Mr. Friday guy is kind of a sketchy dude. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking.
We'll meet up at a local neutral spot, like a Starbucks. Starbucks is everywhere in the world. Easy.
I'm joking. Mr. Friday has been a loyal supporter of the Tuesday show and stuff like that, so always appreciate his support. Oops. Dang, the chat in that channel is already going crazy. There's already 10,000 people watching it.
What?
Yeah, look at this chat, dude. This chat.
It's going 1,000 miles a minute.
Yeah, so if you guys want to stay in our chat,
yeah.
just so that people can actually talk about things and read and stuff. Oh, it's starting.
Oh, it's in Orange County? Okay.
Okay. Hang on.
People can hear it, right?
Not yet, because I have it muted.
Let us know if you can hear it. Hey, can I grab a fork?
Yeah. Is that fork for BB Tag?
Ding! Stick a fork in it. Woo!
Yes, sir. Let me tell you something right now. Oh, this is destruction.
You guys can hear it in our chat, right? Okay, it's good, sis. Jesus, I'm naming the berry chain. That's the craziest name. I can turn up the volume up even a little bit more, huh?
Who's hosting it? That's a big question to me.
Right.
Wizard's gonna be there, but who else?
Did we just get bodied here? Didn't go straight into them? Markman will be there. I gotta imagine Markman.
Mark said he's not gonna be there.
Really?
On Twitter, he said he's not gonna be there.
Whoa. EvoShoryuken.com. Oh, I see people in the chat mentioning Jump Force, of course. I forgot to...
That was one of the candidates for...
Evolution 2019.
Oh, this is not it.
Day number 1. It is a beautiful 10 a.m. morning
biggest fighting game tournament in the world, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'll turn this up so you can hear it.
Thank you.
It'd be an insane tournament. It's truly historic. Tons of competitors from around the world.
Shut up, Mr. Rip. I guess now that I have a better video card, I can actually do this again.
Pretty sweet.
Nice.
Would you mind tossing this in the trash, sir? Thank you. So, do they not show Mortal in this? That makes me a little concerned.
Have they not shown it yet? Maybe it's just because it's too violent.
I mean, I think that's why it wasn't in the arena last year.
Your Dragon Ball Fighters 2019 Evo champion.
He's in tears, defeating Sonic Fox to claim victory here.
All right.
Guess what of that punch is gonna get the one two, and Sonic Fox is your Evolution 2019 champion.
That was good. I think that was big for Mr. Aquaman to have the final call there.
Oh yeah, nice.
I'm really glad that he did that.
World Championship.
One character remains is separating, and that's going to be it. Shingo is your BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle Champion here.
Oh yeah, he's great. He should be way more. He should be doing stuff all over the place.
He's fighting for his life. He lands a critical arm.
This guy sucks though. But I shouldn't say that about Seth. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes!
What a counter from Bonchin! He jumps back, he ran it, and he takes it! Bonchin is now your grand champion for Evolution 2019!
So long ago.
Bonchin
That's
has
for a long
done
time
it!
ago.
Oh! Big trade blows.
Arslan cementing his position as the best second player on the planet, untouchable.
They did not show Samsung? Oh, yeah, we're good. I got it. Well, they would not have the game because of that.
Well, not the game, but I just think they just don't want to show those champions.
Yeah, I bet you're right, yeah.
But it's not enough. He reads the roll-in, and Twink is going to grand finals.
I'm just saying, they're not going to not have the game this year.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised to see him go to set 2.
Oh yeah, it's game 10.
This was really fun to watch.
I never saw it.
No, we were sitting there for this.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We saw the last part. That's right. I completely forgot about that.
We were in the arena.
So many tournaments I've watched, dude.
And with that, MK Leo defeats Twink to be your 2019 Evo champion.
Was that Cinepi doing that?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Mike Ross, and I'm joined right now by the legend himself, Mr. Joey, Mr. Wizard Cuellar.
How you doing?
Will you get excited, Wizard?
Thanks for having me down here.
Yeah, it's the people love you. They love to see you back. You're doing the Evo Reveal show, so I'm glad you're with us.
Excellent. Well, we're about to have some fun today.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a really
right.
amazing show.
Let's start off getting right into it. Let's let people know, myself included, because my memory sucks as I get older. When is Evo coming for 2020?
Yeah, so Evo is July 31st through August 2nd, 2020, and it's in the fabulous Mandalay Bay Hotel Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I think it's we love to continue the partnership with Mandalay Bay. They've been a great partner with us, and they provide an amazing experience for players that come to their hotel and maybe get knocked out early in the tournament. You need something to do, and you can go check out their hotel and the show and just do fun stuff there.
Excellent. Well, this is Evo 2020. Last year was another big year for you guys as well. What were some of the highlight moments?
Oh man, my favorite moment from last year.
Is the quality all right at home?
Yeah.
Arslan Ash winning Evo
Let us know.
Japan and Evo World in the same year. That was so crazy.
Yeah.
And you guys might have seen the picture, the viral picture of him kind of on stage winning by a great photography team, and Stephanie, who actually won Esports Photographer of the Year, taking that amazing picture. So I mean, that moment in my mind just made Tekken a immortal game because it's so
Is there anything else you can turn off on your
the
computer?
fact that player was able to win in Japan and the U.S. the same year, it was unprecedented.
Yeah, hearing his story was the one that stood out more than anything. That was an incredible moment. So
Yeah,
congrats
and to come to think, he almost missed the tournament. Like, he was very close to like being disqualified. So the fact that he kind of survived all odds and got there and got to play, and then he came to Evo World and won it too. Amazing.
It was meant to be.
Very meant to be.
Yeah, so you got some games coming out that you want to share with me and everybody else watching?
Everyone's here to find out what games are playing at Evo 2020 this year.
Let's
so
see.
we're gonna make some people happy. We're gonna make some people sad, but we got to do it.
All in a day's work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so what do you got coming down first? You going to make people happy or sad with this one?
Well, obviously we're gonna make people happy on the first one.
Okay,
right?
that's good.
So the first game in 2020 is the most entered game from last year. A lot of people traveled in to kind of test their strength of the brand new game from Nintendo.
Makes
Super
sense.
Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Hey.
No surprise there.
No,
right?
no. I mean, well, actually, it is a surprise there.
Really?
It's a surprise to me because, you've...
Smash.
Smash, the games have been evolving, the community is evolving from different games. Good look. Right there. Yeah, so I mean, I knew the Smash game is going to be there. The fact that you want to open it up and let people know.
How would you not
that,
expect Smush?
Right off the bat, that's
It's
kind of
obvious.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, like it was the first year it was in Evo, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was they're really supporting the game. They got DLC. They're on season 2 now, which is super awesome. So 6 more characters I think are coming down the pipe. So the game is evolving. They're patching it. It's really
And
exciting
Smash
to
players
see
will
what
actually
happens
be able
in
to
year
make
2
some money.
because year 1 was super exciting with the grand final, and it was pretty awesome. So glad to have them back for a second year, and we hope that all the Smash people come out and join us for the tournament.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to seeing how big the arena. Oops! Am I jumping the gun?
No.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I do remember seeing it last year. Yeah, the arena got hyped when during Ultimate when they were going off, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean it's their game,
did. It was
right?
really,
They're
it was
there to
really
cheer
loud.
on, and it's exciting to see the top competitors
What are
playing the
people
world.
saying you were
it's
right
like-
about here?
It's the world finals, so
Yeah.
they're obviously going to be really hyped and excited.
Excellent, man. Well, congrats.
Gotta have expected Smash.
Congrats. I don't need to congratulate anybody. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff to the Smash
No
community.
surprise, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Smash was the biggest game, so
Yeah.
we have to bring it back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's awesome.
Never in a million years would
Two
I've
pro
ever expected that,
controllers.
but it's happening. We're living in that
Can you
era
imagine?
now, so
What
it's
if they're both
2020.
gold?
Yep.
What
The
else you got?
luxury. The luxury.
All right, so game number 2 is also a huge fan favorite. It's played locally around the world and had a great top 8 last year. Very
Undeniable.
exciting. And the game is Tekken 7.
Okay.
So Tekken
I mean,
7
again,
is back this
no
year.
surprise.
Yes,
It's got
exactly.
a bunch of characters new. It's got Leroy. It's got Julia. These are
Just
the
say
characters that weren't out
Leroy.
last year.
Yeah.
And so
Better get
and we
nerfed.
got just more exciting competition coming from that game. And I think Tekken is the only game in Evo's history that has risen in entrance every single year. And that has never happened in any other title. So you know
cool.
you have a really special title in your hands when that kind of stuff happens.
Well,
I mean, it
I know we're
started low,
we're
so-
early into the.
It was like
into the
300
year
people.
right
Yeah.
now, and Evo
first year.
2020 some times
Imagine
away.
300 being low.
I do hope you mentioned that they're going to do something with Leroy, but I do not want to see the same thing happen.
Well,
with
you're
this.
playing Tekken, right? You're playing Marduk and Ganryu.
I was
and-
playing Marduk, I was playing Garyu for a bit, and then I ran into
Wall of
I
Leroy.
ran into a wall of online Leroys, and I said, you know what? Maybe this just isn't for me right now.
Well-
But if you can endure that, you can. You're glutton for punishment. You're able to fight against that army. More power to you. Congrats.
I think it'll be fixed in a few weeks, and you'll
Yeah.
be able to go back and enjoy the game that
Yeah.
is awesome. So I think that we're not.
I
worried
think the
about it.
desync
Yeah,
might
either
be
way,
on
I'm
my
still gonna
end,
do it.
so I
There you
apologize
go.
about that.
Your Marduk is a
Try to-
horse, so you got to do it.
No props for my Garyu though. It's
No,
not
your
bad.
Ganyu's trash. Let's
It's
just
not
be real.
bad.
Let's
It's
just be
actually not
real.
bad. It's better than.
They have Street Fighter
so
5 in the
we got more
background.
games
If it's
coming
not
up.
in
What else
there,
you got
it's a
coming down?
problem.
All right, so the third game in
do.
Evo 2020 is a game that has been a staple for many years at Evo. It's definitely around to stay, and they're in their, I believe, their 4th season of
Yeah.
content.
No, it's the
Street
5th.
Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Fifth.
Wait, Street Fighter
Come
5
on, Joey.
Okay.
Champion Edition.
Oh, okay.
So the game just basically got a brand new update that's coming out in February, and they added Gil and Seth and a bunch of cool new characters and whoever else they got coming down the line. And we just saw some very exciting stuff at Evo Japan, Sakura winning Evo Japan, which was really crazy because all the favorites going in, you didn't think they were going to actually play a oddball character like Sakura, so it was pretty cool.
Yep, and anybody beforehand that was, claiming that they knew Sakura would win, that is just completely lying. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. I don't care what kind
Nobody
of
even said that,
analysis
sure.
you had.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody's made that claim.
A complete shock to everybody.
Who was even
Well, that's the cool
talking
part
about
about
that
Evo
character?
Japan.
Nobody
We
talked
have
about Namen
character
or
specialists that maybe can't travel to Evo World, and they just are like, hey, it's in my city. Let me go try my luck, and that's what happened, right? So you get to see characters that are character specialists, like run the table on certain characters. So it's pretty cool to see.
All right, so no surprises yet, right?
Again,
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to say no surprise there. Street Fighter is always a staple.
Right.
Mike said the same thing.
What?
I don't feel like
sure that's going to
be
draw a
lot of
huge number of
surprises,
entrants as well.
For Street Fighter?
No,
And
just
you got
this
a new
game.
revised
This is the
version.
lineup.
Yeah. For the games lineup,
We'll see
yeah.
what happens. See if anybody's going to make top 8 with Seth or anything like
Hey,
that.
maybe you can make top 8 with Honda.
I mean,
It's your character. You're the lifelong Honda player.
wow. Okay, I'm just yeah. We'll address that at a later time. What else you got going?
All right,
Those first 3, I just want to say,
They're
it's like
gimmies, right?
They're kind of
They're
gimmies.
gimmies, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just go from there. The 4th game in Evo 2020
Granblue
is a very popular versus game. And we've had the same
It's either
same
Dragon Ball or
grand
BB
final
Tag.
2s in a row, and it would be awesome if they came back for a 3rd year. So we're looking at Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters, okay.
Sorry.
Interesting. Like I said, I actually kind of thought
It's
this
a
might be
big Z. It's a big font. It's a big Z. All right, leave me alone.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was Dragon Ball Fighter Z this whole time. So thank you for the clarification.
Yeah. So great with the IP.
Makes sense.
Would have been sick if it
Being
was
really
Power
famous with
Rangers.
Dragon Ball characters and showing how they work in a team format, and it's really awesome.
Yeah.
And Sonic Fox and Goichi every year have a great final set, and I would love to see it happen again. But I hope that the new talent comes along and kind of just challenges them, right? Like I would like to see even more competitors in that game. But if they're on their 3rd season, who knows if they're going to do season 3 of content? But I think the people are still supporting it, so I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, I can see that, and just say congratulations to Sonic Fox or Goichi, whichever one of you win it, because that's going to be the grand finals again.
Wow, making that prediction now.
Making that prediction,
Nice.
Rostradamus. Yeah, he don't quote me on that one. All right, I know we're just kind of running through these. We got a lot of stuff to get through, man.
Yeah, I mean we got.
Don't say it. Just keep it.
We got 4 games done. We got 4 games left,
Oh, okay.
so we're like halfway through.
4 games left?
Right
No.
Everybody should be. I think that last one, Dragon Ball, I didn't
Maybe.
That was an unsure one for me.
Like a 50-50?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
50-50.
okay.
That was a mix-up.
We're happy to bring it back.
All right. Now, from here on, I'm completely clueless, so go ahead.
Yeah.
So if your Evo was like only 4 games, those were the 4 games.
Yeah, those are 4 givens.
All right, cool.
3 givens, 3.5 givens.
All right, so the 5th game in Evo 2020 is a game that was brand new last year, and it was
Mortal Kombat.
We had a good 1,800 people that entered, and it was really cool, and it was old school. It was all about just poking and pushing and defense, and it was awesome because we don't have to see that in a lot of games now. And so the 5th game of Evo 2020 is Samurai Shodown.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
I knew where you were going as soon as you said
James is dancing. James is actually dancing over
Yeah,
here.
so I mean, last year a lot of the old players like Bai and Justin, and they were just like, we can get top 8 anytime, and boom, they made top 8. And it was super awesome.
Yeah. I was excited too, just watching to see a new game come to Evo, and it's already been
Ban showbiz from our
people.
chat.
Everybody.
I'm not upset. Yeah, that's cool.
Incredible.
It's not my favorite game, but I'm happy for people who like it. Of course.
Lots of. I think there was some stat about everybody that made top 8 was like an Evo finalist at some point or something.
That's an awesome stat.
That's
really
crazy. Yeah. So
it's come full circle.
Yeah.
And they got their like new season 2 content coming out. They got new characters like Genfu and just Haramaru from
Samurai Shodown. Did you hear what Joey just said?
Hey, don't forget, this is the fight.
He was like, it's got new content like Kamaru and from Samurai Showdown in Soul Calibur. Come on, Joey.
Again, it's going to be a great top 8. And if your footsies aren't on point, you're gonna have a rough time. Very rough time.
So far we got Smash Ultimate.
Yes.
We got Tekken 7. We got Street Fighter Champion Edition. We got Dragon Ball Fighters, and we got Sam Show.
I feel like he's looking to the side.
5 titles.
So 5 down, 3 to go.
He's definitely got somebody over there.
Entrance, so that's a good list right there.
Yeah.
And you go. Whatever else.
All right, so the 6th game in Evo 2020 is a brand new title this year.
Brand new title,
Evo. It's come as a lot of shock to people, but it's Granblue Fantasy Versus.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think a lot of people are looking forward to this game. It comes out in the next couple of days, and US version comes out
that's
in
good.
March.
6 for 6, baby. No, that just means you're 5 for 6 because our lists were very different.
I'm a little worried about Mortal right now.
Yeah, this is one of those games that I've personally never tried it.
I can't imagine Mortal wouldn't be there.
Betas or anything like that.
I got a little jumblies in the tummy about
yeah,
Mortal.
so many people were telling me that this is the game that you got to play. Like, you know, it feels great. It's got a great mechanics, great depth involved into it, and it looks gorgeous. So
but there's only 8 games. That's right.
There's two more. There's 2 more
in March, and I'll be able to get my hands on it and see what I think for myself.
Yeah, and I mean you're a Guilty Gear player, so I think that you might really enjoy it.
Violence
I'm starting to dance a little bit.
Is the violence going to hurt it?
Yeah, it felt good to hear you say that, by the way.
What, that you played Guilty Gear? Well, I mean, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Guilty Gear announced late 2020, so.
No, yeah.
Canada Cup winner, Mike Ross.
Guilty Gear. Definitely be playing it.
Yeah, I think people are right that BB Tag's
Absolutely.
out.
Well, yeah, congrats
I
to
think that's true.
Granblue and all the Granblue fans.
I think it's more likely that BB Tag is out than that
that
Eunice is out.
Everybody's really excited for that, so. Good choice.
Yeah, for sure. So
I would say Under Night and Mortal.
We've done 5. So the 6th game in Evo 2020 is a returning game from last year. It did really well. A lot of souls and swords involved.
Soul Calibur?
So the 6th game
I'm super
Soul
concerned
Calibur
now.
6.
Awesome. Excellent.
Yeah, we
I mean, that's great. I'm super happy for Calibur, but
a lot of old school players came out.
This is weird.
Because Soul Calibur hadn't been in Evo for like 8 years.
Mortal Kombat would be the last one.
So a lot of people came back.
I feel like it's Eunice
now.
now.
And it was really interesting to see what people do with supers now, because supers is a huge part.
That seems weird.
You got the guard impact and all the guard breaks and all this crazy new mechanics.
Because I mean, Joey has always been kind of about Evo being a family thing.
Good stuff, Soul Calibur, and all the Soul Calibur fans out there getting your games out. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, I think with Soul Calibur it kind of just brings a different
I mean, it's
audience
Unistorm Mortal
Evo
at this point.
Because a lot of people that play
and
it's
a bummer either way. But
like one of those unique games that no one really kind of
they got it. They
so
have to have Mortal Kombat. How could
they
not have Mortal Kombat?
That would be weird.
Competitive nature that we haven't seen in a while. And I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, a lot of international talent, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So
there's a lot of games left too that are not going to make it, but.
You got to do. I mean, you know, as doing this so many times now, I understand.
Worried.
You know,
I'm worried right now.
There's just not enough room for everything. So,
yeah, for sure.
What else you got? What are the last 2?
So the 7th game in Evo 2020
is it 7
is
now?
a game we brought on last year because the community kind of supported for a very long time without any kind of official support.
Oh, he's talking about
Under Night. Kind of gave them a chance, and they worked out really well. They were really supportive.
But isn't that 8 now?
Yes.
Liked what we did, and it kind of just boosted
People are saying it's 7. It's 8.
No, it's 8.
So we're happy to have back Under Night in Birth, executable, late.
You better not be serious about 8 games, Joey.
They won't let me say Uniclair, so that's how I say it. But it's Uniclair, I guess. That's the official title.
All right, so
Uniclair, yeah.
Smash Ultimate, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5, Dragon Ball Fighters, Samurai Showdown, Granblue Fantasy Versus, Soul Calibur 6, Under Night in Birth.
People were
That's
going
8.
crazy over that. They were super happy, and it was also very unexpected.
Confused?
You know, I guess because they didn't think that people were paying attention to their community, but. Sure enough, yeah. It was there.
People pay attention. I don't know. I thought that was like one of the...
Right? Like, we're all about the community.
More like...
How could they not have that game?
I think that doing a run back with a very new version of the game is awesome. So hopefully they come out and support us once again, and have a great tournament.
Excellent, man. Well, we'll see what happens with that. That's 7 games. We only got...
that's 8 games.
No, that's 8 games, Mike.
That's 8 games?
Yeah. That's 8 games, right?
Snaps. Oh, okay.
We're out of games.
Okay, that's it. All right, well then, can you run it down the list one more time for everybody?
Are you serious?
Some people right now are just watching. They just skipped it. You know, they just skipped up past everything. What's going on?
So game number 1 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Game number 2 is Tekken 7. Game number 3 is Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. Game number 4 is Dragon Ball Fighters. Game number 5 is Samurai Showdown. Game number 6 is Granblue Fantasy Versus. Game number 7 is Soul Calibur 6, and game number 8 is Uniclair.
Excellent.
So,
well, that sounds like you got a full roster. How excited are you? Are you already ready to start getting to work?
We're really excited about everything.
Only 8 games this time,
surprise.
There, see, this is the stuff.
So we got a big anniversary this year.
A big anniversary.
It's the 20th anniversary of a game that has been in our tournament in the past, and it was very popular. You know what game this is, Mike?
Of course I do.
All right, what game is that?
That was me acting. How was my acting skills?
Okay.
Did you believe it?
No.
I have no idea what game it is.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
It's the 20th anniversary. It's a big
stupid.
anniversary. We had Marvel 2 and Evo for like 10 years.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, I've never missed it.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
We're doing something special this year.
Why? What? Yeah, to celebrate
the 20th anniversary.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like, we like to do retro sometimes.
Okay.
We like to have it come back. So
that's crazy.
We're doing an 8-man tournament. It's 8-man.
What?
8-man invitational tournament.
I can't enter?
Maybe. You got to be good.
Oh my god.
We'll see.
I'm furious.
So 8-man tournament.
Okay.
4 of the people
Yeah.
are invited to this tournament. And these
Okay.
4 people are the people that have won Evo.
Have there been more than
So that would be
Justin?
Justin Wong.
Yeah. Yipes.
He's won multiple times.
Yes.
That would be Yipes.
Duck.
Yes.
He's won. That would be Duck Doe.
Doe, yes.
He is one. And Sanford Kelly is the 4th one.
right.
They're all invited to this invitational at Evo in 2020. The other 4 places we'll have to figure out. Maybe it's a tournament at another event. Maybe it's we let the internet kind of fight over who they think they should be in.
My.
We'll definitely have 4 kind of spots up for
Ooh.
grabs over the
Yeah.
year. And it's going to be really cool. Evo's going to donate at least $10,000 to the pot.
Oh.
We'll maybe partner with another like money raising thing and maybe do a compendium where we get certain levels. We'll add more kind of fun stuff to the event. But I think it's going to be a really, really cool event.
That's actually amazing, especially because we can see probably the greatest Marvel 2 player of all time, Roundhouse, compete against some of these tournament legends. I cannot wait to see this. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
I've been running Evo 20 years. I have no clue who Roundhouse is.
Well, that's just, you know,
Sorry, I just don't know, right? Like, I just don't know. But yeah, it's going to be a really cool event. I think a lot of players who came after 2009 with Street Fighter 4 kind of missed all the Marvel
There's no
excitement.
way I would have
So it's going to be really
ever-
cool to show them some old school stuff and how Marvel Capcom series was super exciting.
How could it not be in
Absolutely. No, I'm obviously super excited for that. That's a shock. I didn't, you know, seeing Marvel kind of resurrected like that.
obviously
Yeah.
It does things.
Gonna be fine, right?
Commentate some action.
Oh yeah.
You know Marvel very well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So just come on board.
I'm pretty bummed.
Here's a preview. You got snapped.
Just even more than being bummed, I'm really
Next
surprised.
match. We'll see
I'm
like
shocked.
Sue Mighty come out, or
Oh, wow.
or Desmond,
Oh,
or just
wow.
some just random people that are like Harry, like Potter and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah, like who knows? Maybe they'll all fight for these other 4 spots, and you'll see a really cool event.
That's crazy. Well, I'm looking forward to that. You got me excited. I did not see that coming. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well
so,
played.
Yeah.
Well
so
played.
Those
I
are
mean,
the,
that's
those
it.
are
That's the graphic right
playing
there.
Evo
Wow.
2020 this year, and we're pretty excited to have it.
That's
So we got
weird
8 games.
I mean,
plus
Super weird.
kind of
How many
the,
people
how would you
entered
label
last
the
year?
Marvel thing?
It's a Marvel.
1,000
it's
plus. I mean, I'll look it up.
Marvel
yes.
Invitation.
It's,
what was the-
we call
what
it
is the-
It's the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament.
NK was 3rd or
Marvel
4th last year in
Capcom 2
entrance.
Tournament of
Curly
Champions,
W.
TOC. I like that. Very
Yeah.
good.
So we're definitely excited to have all those, hopefully all the old people back to kind of represent their teams and maybe get some new blood in there.
That was the first
Why
year
not
for
do the actual
MK11
best
last
league?
year,
Yeah,
right?
excellent.
Yeah.
Can people sit on the floor?
Yeah, there's still a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
maybe. I mean, that was the whole big thing back then.
That's right.
They called it the box.
Justin
That's
just said he
right.
found
We
out
made
he
shirts
was
one year that says the box. And people
Really?
sat in the box. And then a money match, which was not cool, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point. But
One
that
v1
kind of area was very
1,567.
representative of the area of Marvel because they all sat in the box,
In what
they all money
place?
matched, they
Yeah,
all just got hype, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah.
So we can definitely see if we can bring that back this year.
Looking forward to that. Good
Yeah.
stuff, man. Well, I'm excited. When is this happening? Just in case. So
Yeah, so Evo 2020 this year happens July 31st to August 2nd.
1, 2,
in
3, 4,
beautiful
5th
Las
place.
Vegas, Nevada, at the
Above
Mandalay
Under Night
Bay
and
Hotel
Dragon
and
Ball
Casino.
and Soul
Excellent.
Calibur.
Yeah, see, I would have been more predicting that
Can't wait,
Mortal
make sure
Dragon
you guys-
Ball
I mean,
would
I'm
disappear
not
than
gonna say
Mortal
that.
It
Kombat.
had
Watch
twice
this
the
already.
entrance as Soul
Go on there,
Calibur
so.
6.
No, you always want
Twice.
to get the new blood in
Okay.
there, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's not like it hasn't been entered. There's been big
So
tournaments
once again, in
consistently
case you're joining us
since.
late, we've already announced our nine kind of events. We got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5
Oh,
Champions,
man.
Dragon Ball
That
Fighter
is
Z,
a
Samurai
mega
Showdown, Granblue Fantasy Versus, Soul Calibur 6, Uniclair, and a special Marvel vs. Capcom 2
That's
Tournament of Champions.
really crappy.
Excellent. Make sure you let people know as soon as you find out how people can get or participate in those last spots for Marvel. Please.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be hyped
Yeah.
about this stuff, so we'll definitely figure out the rules and the pricing and all that and get it out to the fans as soon as possible so they can kind of plan to be there at Evo this year.
Okay. And
I
so
see a lot of people saying that they're
just
surprised
some general
Melee
questions that I think need to get answered.
Did it make it?
When
Melee
does
wasn't
Evo
last
year.
registration open?
Evo registration opens tonight, so it will be February 4th, 7:30 p.m. Also, the tickets will go on sale for the arena then. We're not going to announce the games this year yet in the arena because in past years, we kind of gambled on what game should be there, what game shouldn't be there, and we don't want to jump the gun. So we'll figure that out maybe in a month, and we'll let you guys know, and then we'll finalize it so they can buy your tickets and stuff like that.
Excellent. So for, what do you have a personal favorite moment of Evo last year, Evo Worlds 2019?
Hey, Jasmine. Thanks, little lady.
I did like the Smash Brothers Ultimate
see you
Finals
trying to
reset.
go,
I thought that was really cool. Guy from Mexico came back to win it all, and it was super awesome.
All right. If you want to get going.
MK Leo?
MK Leo, super awesome.
If there is some sort of
Tekken 7, all of top 8 was
they're gonna
super
do
fun
this
to watch.
year.
Like, it was really exciting.
What if they announced the TV deal?
I did like
Do you
a
think
lot
MK
of the,
and MK wouldn't be involved because it's too gross?
the cool stuff we tried in the arena.
I mean,
thought
last
that was
year
really cool.
it didn't get into the
doing,
arena,
like,
and I really think it was
sing-alongs,
because
like
it was
we
so
sang
violent.
along with Indestructible.
Nobody ever
That was
confirmed that to me,
fun.
but that's my guess.
So I like that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff makes me happy when I see fan engagement, where Tasty C's running across the stage for like an hour, just going slow-mo showdown and all that stuff.
Not running out of energy. Or
Yeah,
breath,
like
right?
that dude, like drank like 7 Red Bulls before that. He was good to go. So it was pretty cool.
Justin tweet.
So another question, and I mean, even for me, I'm not trying to play the card or anything like
I'm here
that.
to answer any questions you have.
It took me. It was pretty difficult to get into. Looking at security lines and stuff, they were pretty long, and some people might have missed some of their matches. Maybe I'm speaking out loud.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any answers to that, or like what do you plan to do this time
That's
around?
funny.
Sure.
For
Like last year was our first time actually trying
I never
full-red
would have
security
guessed.
checkpoint,
I absolutely
like an
never
airport.
would have guessed.
And we learned a lot of things. We learned a lot of how things work and how to make the flow better.
Dude,
and we
Sancho
obviously know there's
compared
a
to
big
MK,
bottleneck
the
at
level of violence
8
is
a.m.
not
on
even
Friday
there.
morning.
It's
That's
not.
where the huge
That's not
problem is. And
comparable.
we fixed it eventually.
No, I mean, look,
It's-
MK11 is
definitely
too
will
gross.
be
I think it's.
more
I think it went
night
too
numbers,
far.
more
I don't know if that's the
security
reason that it's
checkpoints,
not
more
there.
People
I should say
doing security.
Maybe
so
it
we
is,
get
though,
the
and if
bulk
it
of the
is,
people in there so they can play their
then
matches and
that's a
kinda
big
enjoy the
bummer.
event from when we open.
Yeah,
But I would personally prefer if MK was a little less
on
gory.
Friday, it was smooth and
I mean,
all
my
day Saturday
preference
was
is
really
substantially
smooth.
less
So
gory.
if we could just
I
fix the
understand that's part of the
bottleneck and
brand,
get everyone in and
but
get them enjoying the event, then I think we'll succeed in that.
Yeah,
it was rough because I had 8 a.m. pulls, and I wasn't complaining because there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, the earlier most of your competition can't handle that, and they just go to sleep. And
Well, just to correct you, all of our pools started at 10 a.m. last year.
Okay, well, I was in Guilty Gear, and
Guilty is a side term. I can't really speak for that.
Real players, we wake up early, no problem.
Yeah.
So
I wake up at like 6 a.m. every day. 8 a.m. is not early, is what I'll say.
Okay. All right. So moving into the arena, do you have any plans to kind of improve the experience in the arena and the convention center aspect?
I mean, again,
I think we did a great service last year by doing kind of some of the fan experiences and getting them engaged and kind of downtime of the
MKX was Sunday finals, but MK11 is definitely gory.
So just blasting past, it was really cool. We did some
because now the X-rays are even more violent. You see them more often.
The supers are more often.
We're going to definitely explore doing more of that this year.
Crushing blows
Maybe
are
get some,
a big part of it, and they're pretty
gnarly.
gnarly.
They have at sporting events where they do a race or they do something where they just pull people out of the crowd and just get them involved.
I don't know. Some people in our chat, including Curly, are saying that they think it's more like
expand
NRS demanded money
like
or something that
crowd,
Evo wouldn't pay.
Or they were saying that they didn't pay enough
enough
money to Evo, is what some people.
We have to look at all of our options.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but again, I don't think that's ever been.
Or either way,
every year.
I don't think that's ever been a factor.
Still finding ways. So
yeah.
Good stuff.
Evo's always improving. We're always evolving.
I mean, they've always said
we gotta make the event better and better every year.
Yeah, and also including with like Evo and branding and stuff. You guys have done some pretty wild stuff, and some things haven't returned, like some annoying clappers and all that kind of the vuvuzel or whatever the thing.
Vuvuzelas. Yeah, well, the World Cup hasn't been on Evo's week in a while. So.
Excellent. What about the importance? Like, are the Evo socks coming back? That's an important question.
Well, I got a pair of
got the Evo socks on right now. Yeah, I mean, definitely the Evo socks were very sought after last year. We didn't think that people would actually want to wear socks that had the Evo logo, but a lot of people, like, when they dress up, they'll just go to the office and they'll have something from Evo on it. So it's really cool. We sold a lot of socks. So we'll look at doing different color socks, but yeah, I think possibly it could come back this year.
Another question that comes through is, why isn't my favorite game there this year?
Listen, Evo's a big event. We have a finite amount of resources, time, energy, people. Like, we just can't run 20 games. Like, it's not possible for us. So we have a couple options for people that maybe want to play in their favorite game that make the title. We have a very cool BYOC area. Bring your own console, set up your PS4, set up your game, and maybe run a tournament. Like it's an incredibly good option, and a lot of people have taken advantage of it over the years. Like we have events all the time throughout the weekend. Another good option is that we just introduced last year is the Community Evolution Championships, and this is a kind of an event where people get to play in a tournament that we kind of on the back end. Like we'll stream it, we'll get it out for the public.
I doubt it.
Everyone will get to see your top 8 or top 4, whatever we did, and people will be excited. So we definitely give people a chance to shine on a stage that we provide.
I mean, some people will be there, of course.
So I think it's an awesome option if you didn't make Evo.
Some more questions. I saw that. Okay, I'm an up-and-coming commentator. How can I commentate Evo?
Sure. So every year we have an application up on evo.shuriken.com, and you can you have to put a reel together. So it's got to have some real-world experience.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, you can just go on YouTube and kind of commentate over matches, right?
Yes.
If you think you're qualified enough, just record yourself talking over some cool matches and submit it to our forum, and if you qualify, we'll give you a ring and give you an email. So
yeah, it's interesting.
Don't think because you don't have experience you're not good.
Make
sure you make a reel,
right?
because we need to see
like
that.
The NRS community is going to be hurt? Or?
I'm going to ask this just off my own insight, because I've heard people that ask this all the time or whatever. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for when listening to or watching a commentator?
You just want to be hyped. You just want to be in the moment. You want to be talking about what's going on, because you're trying to educate the people at home. And these people tune in once a year, a lot of them. Yeah. So you have to really explain the game, what they're seeing, what they're doing, what the meter means, what the life gauge means. Like, you have to explain all that to them.
Yeah.
So just being really informative, but also being fun and entertaining and engaging is the way to do it.
And being able to capture and recognize when the big moments are going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And, stuff like that.
And I think that's the key to being a great commentator.
Excellent. What is the BYOC? I've seen my pamphlet and it says BYOC is here. What is that?
People very surprised.
BYOC is the bring your own console area that we have at Evo, and we
Uh-huh.
encourage you to bring your own console and set up shop, and maybe run
hard
a
to stay
tournament,
motivated
maybe
to play
you just wanna
MK.
Champ, and you want people to play with it, or Pac-Man or something. You just want to play, right? So we have an area that is dedicated to that, and a lot of people just use it to run tournaments and stuff, and that's cool. We got some more space this year. We're adding 165,000 more square feet to our event. And so that means we can expand the BYC area. We can expand Artist Alley. We can expand the booths. We can expand the tournament experience.
That's crazy.
So we just want everyone to kind of have something to do in case you go into an Evo and you have nothing else to do. So bringing back everything we've done, panels, BYC, Artist Alley.
I don't want the community to stop just because, like I said, Melee disappears. They're not going to go anywhere.
Somehow find more real estate to do that in.
I have more confidence that Melee is not going to go anywhere than...
Another question, what was your favorite booth, and why was it Gaming Gen?
Well,
that's a
bias aside. Wow, I mean, Gaming Gen did have the awesomest booth because they have the Evo merch.
Gotcha.
So every year we're selling our wares.
Are they trying to do something that's a little more international? But then again, MK is very international anyway.
Been excited about the new stuff that we do, and the Evo logo.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the West.
Recognizable outside of the gaming industry. Like, you might be walking on the street and someone knows, I know what that is. And this past year, we try to make it a little more low-key, like the logos are smaller, so you can wear it.
Showbiz says that the hype for Spawn is going to get affected by this.
Big shirts.
I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to get some more merch this year and see if we can make some unique items.
There's a new character coming out and everything. I mean, the only thing that I think is that the theory that maybe this is going to be broadcast on ESPN2 or something like that is a good
another
one.
question
Like, if they're all top 8s
a lot of
are
people
there,
inquire, they want to get some tournament and TOing experience. How can somebody go about being a judge?
Same kind of options with the
I mean, I guess
form on our
they
website, evo.shuriken.com.
NRS hasn't officially announced that there's like a season 2 of MK11, but even if there's not,
so on February
the scene
4th,
would show up and
you
play.
can sign up if you want to help out the event.
Actually ask, or do you think they would actually even answer that question?
No, I think the question they answered about my favorite game is not an Evo. I think that was already the...
And so if you help out a lot, you get rewarded a lot, and you get to be a part of the biggest fighting game event in the world.
Yeah, I know, because Sonic Fox, like, you want to also make sure
I think
Sonic Fox
does it for the...
I mean, Dragon Ball's there, I'm sure Fox will be fine.
So I think that about wraps it up for all the questions right now. Let's do a final recap just to let people know what to expect when it's
all right. Sure. So
and
Evo this year, Evo 2020. July 31st to August 2nd, 2020 at the fabulous Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well
the
said.
8 games that we are playing this year: Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Tekken 7, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I mean, maybe they were streaming it all on. Maybe they were broadcasting all of it.
Soul Calibur 6, and Uniclair, and with a very special invite only for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Tournament of Champions.
Trying to do more stuff
So
now.
that's, I'm really looking forward to that event. That's going to be like make my heart just ooh, so warm and fuzzy. It's going to be awesome.
That is, I'm actually really excited for that. And of course,
I mean, I don't want you
details
guys to
hasn't
think
been,
Wizards the only one who makes this
on
decision.
What games
No,
or
there's
which
a group
days
of
are
people
going
who
on.
make
Yeah,
decisions
no,
at
we'll
Evo.
figure that out as we go. It's really early
And
February,
I don't know
so
what
we don't
the-
want to commit to stuff like that because we have to see.
I just
how many
I don't know
people
what
signing up for all
the
of that. So,
reason would be.
everything
It's
will be open on
not like a lack of the
evo.shuriken.com.
community. The community has
Just go
been
there,
showing
pick
up.
You can register for the hotel. You can register for the tournament.
know.
You can register for the arena and get it all done.
I guess I'm not sure. I mean, as somebody who follows the MK scene and plays and
I don't want to be
stuff,
hearing people the day after.
my
registration
perception
ends,
of the scene
forgot
is
to
that
sign
it's
up."
doing fine.
You
and
gave
that
them 5
there's
months. Like,
still
get on it. Don't be a
tournaments
slacker.
and
Get
KIT
on
was
it.
just
Don't be
pretty
like
big.
me.
Like,
Yeah,
Don't be
don't be like
like
my Ross. It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
There's still locals for the game.
So,
Excellent, man.
It's really well played online.
I'm all out of questions.
Like, my
I mean,
perception
again,
is that
thank
it's
you
doing
for
fine. Is that
having
other people's
chat
perception?
I mean, the only
about
thing that I
2020.
noticed
Is there
is
anything
that
else you would like to let people know?
every time I try to
I
host
just hope that
people, no one's
come to
watching
Evo and
MK
enjoy our event
on
and kind of
Twitch.
experience what everyone else has.
No
and,
one's streaming it, and no one's
I
ever
think
watching it.
once
on
we
there.
get
That's the only thing
person
that
to
I've
come to Evo
noticed.
for the first time, we get
I
into
just
life.
assumed that was
So,
the violence.
you definitely want to come out and
You
check
know?
out this year's event and any subsequent year's events. So
Then again, there's
hopefully
so
you see you in
many
Las
other-
Vegas this year.
See you guys. Have a
Later.
good one.
Well, there you go.
Huh.
Dang. Well, that is a very big surprise to me and a huge bummer. 7 of those are, 5 of them are for sure. That makes total sense. Then a couple of them are like likely picks, Definitely, as far as the first ones that they announced, that was super obvious, right? So Smash Ultimate, Tekken 7, Street Fighter V. Obvious.
Right. I felt like Granblue for Fantasy Versus was going to be obvious as well.
I think so too. And then Dragon Ball FighterZ, Samurai Showdown, and Under Night are all good picks and like all sort of justifiable and worthy of being there. But I'm really surprised that MK is not there. That's the biggest surprise for sure.
Look at the defense from Koichi. Oh my god.
Like before MVCI was not selected at Evo, I felt that there was a reasonable chance that it wouldn't be at Evo.
Which one?
Marvel Infinite.
Right. Yeah.
Right. That seemed. I don't know that I would have bet on it, but it like seemed pretty plausible. I didn't hear any chatter. I didn't feel like there was any indication that MK wouldn't be there.
Right.
So I don't know. That's why I'm asking about what people's perceptions of the MK scene are as people who don't follow it very closely. Does it seem like it's not doing well? Is that maybe why Evo didn't do this, or is it some other explanation having to do with maybe the violence, maybe some deal that fell through, maybe money? Either way, I don't know. Maybe your idea of it's going to be on ESPN, so they don't want the violence. So it's the same reason, violence.
I guess Seglia was helping produce that. It's in the chat. Huh.
I'm in the bargaining phase. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Oh man, what a big bummer.
That's
very surprised.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I mean, and maybe I'm too like ensconced in it to feel like I can see it from the outside, but internally it feels like it's good. I've thought.
What did I do here? Shoot.
Man. Well, first year we do a little stream or restream, and everybody gets to see what we think. It's one where I'm not feeling great about it. So that's unfortunate, I guess.
What the heck? Did I delete the wrong thing or something? Shoot, I lost something here.
Yeah, I don't know. Now we got to figure out how to move forward. Look, this is not the only game that expected or wanted to be at Evo and didn't make it. It's happened many times in the past, so I don't know. Maybe I'll talk with my friends who are huge Marvel heads and didn't get in. Just be like, I'll have like a little shoulder to cry on.
Talk to Tubaware, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe he can offer some advice here.
And it's funky too because, you know, like with Marvel, which certainly there's crossover in all the games, but Marvel players tend to play Marvel, and some of them went to Dragon Ball, and some of them went to BB Tag, but they like wanted to play Marvel. NRS heads are even more dedicated than that, and there's less crossover between NRS and other games than that. That's part of why I always expect NRS games to be there, because it's such a sort of singular scene that there's not as much crossover, and so to not have them feels like you're like not having a certain part of the community. Well,
that, like I said, I mean, I felt like MK11 was kind of, like I said, I felt like the big surprise drop would have been Dragon Ball more than anything, you know, and that's not just because, you know, obviously we're not as big of fans of it. I just felt like it's been falling off a little bit more, you know. I mean, you saw Joey mention like, oh, let's have Sonic Fox versus Koichi for a grand finals again. Is Sonic Fox even gonna go now? You know,
I bet Fox will be there.
You think so?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, if he starts to play Street Fighter or Tekken or something like that.
Yeah, they'll play other stuff. They'll play Dragon Ball. It'll be fine.
And again, I you know, a lot of people in the chat, I know they're being cynical and stuff like that, but they just talk about money talking and stuff like that. But I don't think that makes a difference. I really don't think that makes a difference, because who has more money than Warner Brothers? Right? Who has more money than Warner Brothers? If money talks, I feel like Capcom wouldn't get into anything.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly. Yeah, I know, right? And Marvel, Disney, if they really wanted an MVCI in there, they'd be able to pay their way in there. I just don't think that the money is a factor in there.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's saying Cygames, but I mean, even if Cygames wasn't rich, I just don't think that there was any chance Granblue Fantasy Versus wasn't going to get in there, because it's such a popular franchise in Japan. There's so many people who know the franchise. It's going to bring in a whole sect of audience, and it's a beautiful, beautiful game.
It's a great pick. It's a great pick. It should be there.
So I don't. Yeah, exactly. The Sam Show making it in. You think Sam Show outbid MK11? Yeah, you really think Sam Show is gonna outbid them?
Yeah,
like that's like not gonna happen at all. So,
and I'm not involved in any of these talks, of course, but I've never heard of Warner like threatening to not allow MK to be an Evo. I don't know why anybody would tell me that if it was, you know, but I haven't specifically heard that.
Because you can't have good netcode and make it into Evo.
Oh, wow.
That's
no Garo.
Super true, because, well, KI was there.
KI was
there. Skullgirls has never made it in, right?
Yeah,
so
well.
maybe that's just what it is. You know what? They're like, all these people with good netcode, they can play at home. So, if they come here, let's let them finally experience offline play.
Right, yeah.
Exactly, Leafret. Oh my god. Oh man.
Well, now we got to do the work as the NRS scene. You know, I mean, now's the time to sort of rally ourselves. I think. I mean, it is definitely a huge bummer to not have it be at Evo. I just had no expectation that it wouldn't be at Evo. It's not, and so now we have to figure out how to move forward. I've seen people on Twitter just quickly perusing it say things like I was saying before. I'm not motivated to play MK now. I may not go to Evo.
But Evo shouldn't be the motivating factor to play it, you know?
I think that's true too. I agree with that. I also think that from a practical perspective, that it really does have an impact.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's always the second biggest prize out of like
even if you're not a pro player. If you're a pro player, okay. But even if you're not, especially for a scene that's as doesn't spread out quite as much in terms of other games as the NRS scene does. It's really just NRS players for the most part. If your game isn't there, then I don't know. What are you doing going there?
I mean, it's interesting because, like I said, I mean, I've always been the kind of person that's always pushed the narrative that it doesn't need to be there, right? Or show up and have an amazing side tournament, right? That's what I told the Guilty Gear scene to do that one year, so they did that. And see, that's the thing I'm scared of, is that the NRS guys aren't going to go to Evo, just because. And I feel like if they went there and showed their passion and played an amazing side tournament, applied for the side tournament spot that they were doing.
But it depends on what the reason is.
Right.
It depends on what the reason that it's not there.
Right.
For Guilty Gear back in the day, the reason was only that, I don't know, but I assume it was that the game just, Evo didn't think that the game would get enough people.
Right.
You know? If the reason is something else, like that the game is too violent or whatever it may be, then any amount of having a side tournament isn't going to make a difference to bringing it back.
And it's different nowadays, too, because back then, there wasn't any other event to go to. So if you were the Guilty Gear scene, you would fly to Evo for a side tournament.
Yeah.
Because there was nowhere else to go, right? Yeah. Nowadays, if you're an MK guy, you just go, fine, we'll go to Combo Breaker, we'll go to ECT, we'll go to, CEO, we'll go to all these other events. Yeah. So it's different now. So even, like some people are saying in the chat, like, it's different. So that advice doesn't even necessarily work anymore.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. There's always been a bit of a rancor between the NRS scene and Evo. I mean, I think, to be frank, that some years it wasn't treated that well. I'm thinking of the year of Injustice 2 when the top 16 wasn't streamed, and it was right before the top 8, and we literally had to sprint from one side of the Evo ballroom to the other, from where those top 16 matches were being played, to where the top 8 would then be played immediately after. And as the commentators, we didn't know who had made top 8 because the matches were still happening. So things like that have not ingratiated Evo with the NRS scene, and this is there's not like an existing super love of Evo to begin with.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I know, again, a lot of people keep talking about the violence and everything, but they're like, but Sam Show.
Yeah,
Sam Show is a comical, like, it's not, I don't want to call it comical, but it's like, it's cartoony kind of violence, right? You see a guy get slashed, and then you see blood spray. Yeah. When they get split in half, like, you don't get to see the inside.
It's just a different category.
It's a completely different thing.
It's not worth comparing.
Yeah, they're both rated R because they have to be, because there's blood spraying, and Shizumaru is holding an umbrella with blood pouring on it, but like, you literally don't see the eyeballs and guts and everything like that. It's a completely different thing. Samurai movie violence,
Now, find a new rival.
Well, anyway, now the MK scene's got to move forward in some way. I do not want it to be the case that it hurts the scene. Whether people show up at Evo,
right?
MK,
it doesn't even matter anymore because they've got so many other tournaments to go to.
Secondary question.
Yeah.
What I don't want this to do is to hurt the MK scene.
You can disable all that blood stuff in Samurai Showdown. You can disable it. Yeah, but some people are saying that they did for Evo Japan.
Did they really?
Did they really turn it off for Evo Japan? I don't even remember now. I don't even remember.
Got me. They did. Oh, wow.
They did. Okay. Dude, I'm so surprised MK11 never put a violence filter. I mean, you remember before the game came out, I even talked about that. I was
we did. We both did.
Yeah, there should have just been a no violent version of it.
Both did,
a bloodless version.
But you can't have a mechanic like crushing blows, which just always shows that's just the core part of the gameplay is to show the super violent stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but like you could just
maybe they didn't need to design it in that way, but that's
or if they did design it, they could just do an alternate animation that's just pow, and then they fall over.
Maybe rather than having the teeth come out, maybe
you just go pow, and then they just fall over on one hit or something like that, or just give them a completely different animation where they actually do the
maybe you don't need to zoom into the flesh, right? Maybe you can just cut it off at the skin still. Anyway, I don't know what the reason is. Okay, but yeah, now the scene's got to figure out what to do. I guess it's up to community leaders, and I'll be super frank and mean here. I don't think that the NRS scene has many great ones of those.
Of what?
Community leaders.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't think it's a scene that's particularly rich in strong, resilient community leaders.
I mean, that's kind of an issue all in itself, right?
It's absolutely an issue in itself, and it's been a problem before. But, well, we got to do it now.
Yeah.
We got to do it now. I mean, if you're somebody who's been a leader in other stuff and you like NRS games, now's the time to do it. I guess I'm in part talking to myself.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would be a great voice in that department there. I think you would be a great voice to try to keep everything going with the game.
I'll talk with other folks in the scene. I mean, it's not like there's none. I'll talk with the Twins and Aquaman and,
Absolutely.
Destroyer and other people who put stuff together before. And we'll and the guys at KIT who've always really been great with the scene. Rick is a big MK fan.
Yeah, that's right.
Hato is a big MK fan.
And like I said, even L.I. Joe
as well.
He's always treated the NRS community wonderfully at ECT.
Yep.
So,
the whole ECT crew does, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will definitely work on that.
Yeah, but
we'll have to.
I mean, obviously, that's the big news here. It's the downside of it.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about the good side of things, right? I mean, MVC2.
Marvel 2, very interesting. Yeah.
I think that's kind of sick.
Way out of the blue, but it's something that, we both talked about many times. It'd be great to have old school games at Evo. One per year on sort of a rotating basis. We've specifically mentioned this before. Like the actually same idea of having rotating old games on 1 year Marvel 2, 1 year CVS 2, 1 year KOF 98, like stuff like that.
I mean, honestly, however they determine the spots, I think the 8th spot should go to a winner of a side run last chance tournament at Evo.
Yeah,
I really, really hope that they do that. And just make it fan run, right? Make it fan run, and if they can't run it, then Evo just gets to pick somebody. They'll just be like, Clockwork, come in here, right? Because, I mean, why wouldn't you want Clockwork in that tournament, right? So, I mean, but outside of that, like, I think it would be awesome if someone in the community or the MVC2 community said, I'll take the responsibility of running a side tournament here. And the winner of that will be the 8th spot. And I hope Wizard would be like, sure, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead. We'll save one of the spots for a last chance qualifier tournament. Yeah. Because I think that would be sick. Because then, then all the MVC2 guys would show up.
Right.
And not only that, then when the finals play, you'll get the hype for that,
the crowd
right?
Will be there,
the crowd will be hyped for that, and I think that
makes sense. And
Chaos needs to be in there because Chaos has been beating everybody at all the tournaments recently.
Was it Roundhouse the guy who won the last battle for the Battle of the Strongest?
Was he?
Who was it who won that?
Right. I think it was Roundhouse. It was Roundhouse.
In any case, it'd be nice, as Wizard said, they might have some kind of way to figure out things beforehand. But not everybody can travel all over the place. If 3 of the positions are figured out somewhere else, okay. But yeah, I agree that at least one of the spots should be at last chance qualifier at Evo.
Because you're flying
people
there,
who don't travel as much.
Yeah. Because you travel there, and if you win, you're there already, and you can play, right?
Yeah, exactly,
so if the LCQ was at Combo Breaker and you won, you'd be like, well, maybe I can't go to Evo, right? You have to plan 2 weekends, kind of thing. So, yeah. Dude, LCQs at an invitational happen all the time, dude. That's what Red Bull Kumite does, right? That's just such a common thing.
Yeah, 100%.
That's such a common thing.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. So I think that would be sick if they allowed them to do that. But I think that's awesome to have the MVC2 in there.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I do think that's cool. It'll be a lot of fun to watch, for sure. Yeah, and it's been great seeing the sort of resurgence in Marvel 2. When you talk with the New York guys, the old school dudes, that's the game that they play the most.
Yeah.
Like, they really are grinding that game right now.
Yeah, and, I'm sure, even though Justin just found out about this, I'm sure, Yipes and Sanford are ecstatic about this.
I'm sure they'll all be there, of course.
Duck, dude.
Duck.
You know what? He's actually, before Super Arcade closed, he was playing a lot over there. He was playing with Chaos a bunch.
Yeah, I remember that.
And just training up and everything. And a lot of new people were getting into the game because they were playing over there all the time.
Yeah.
So, probably Duckstall probably doesn't know either.
He didn't know. Well, Justin didn't know that. I'm sure that knew.
Yeah. So we'll
Thanks
see.
for the sub, Creepy Sleepy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I haven't been calling out all the subs and stuff like that. So, but Dude, that'd be funny. They should get Preppy to record the footage.
Oh my god, streamed by Preppy.
That would actually be amazing. Okay, so Duck is still active, and it's Rotendo is posting in here. Nice. Okay, speaking of old Marvel 2 heads right there, so still posting regularly in the MVC2 Facebook group.
Sick.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I do see Duck in chats now and then. I saw him, for example, in the chat at Battle of the Strongest.
Yeah.
He was in there.
Oh, he still definitely keeps up with everything. He still keeps up. But if Justin didn't know, then Duck found out the same time that
that's what
Justin
I'm saying.
did. Yeah. They all found out at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but that's cool. But, I mean, for the most part, I guess the list... I mean, it kind of is a really kind of a... not a good lineup for you, because I know you're also into BB Tag. BB Tag didn't make it either. And the blow for that, I'm sure, is nothing compared to...
It's definitely the MK is the one I'm thinking about, of course. I'm excited for the other games. As I was saying, I think that they're all deserving to be there. Mm-hmm. I'll really enjoy watching, of course. But yeah, the games that I really am into right now are Street Fighter and Mortal. So. Yeah.
Tag is still at Evo. I mean, they'll probably run a side tournament. Anime Evo is definitely going to run it. And that's the nice thing about the Arxis scenes, is that they have always been really good about running the side tournaments.
It has been developed, right, over many years, which hasn't really been the case in NRS. So.
Right. I mean,
we got a lot of work to do.
And that's the tough thing, too, is that would Anime Evo run MK?
I don't think so.
Anime Evo is about as official as it can get for a side tournament kind of thing, right? And so, I mean, honestly, who's the guy who basically is in charge of Anime Evo right now? Anime Evo? I forgot his username. Someone in the chat remind me. But, I mean, maybe you should talk to him. Try to get something going over there.
We'll have to do a lot of talking. Yeah. We'll have to do a lot of talking.
Was that him? Oh, it is DJ Cream, huh? Okay. Yeah, then maybe talk to him a little bit and try to get some work going there. But again, I can also see the NRS community being more angry and just being like, well, screw this. We're going to go some... I mean, it's not unique to their scene, too. I'm not calling them out.
No, I get it.
Because obviously Killer Instinct, Skullgirls, a lot of the scenes have done that kind of thing, right? Where they're just like, oh, well, forget you then, for not putting us in your lineup. Yeah, I know, right? Uniclair's in there.
Well, I think that's good. It's a deserving game that gets a lot of people. Yeah. I expected it to be in there. That was one of my calls.
Right. But,
you got to think Power Rangers will be at Anime-Evo, right?
Well, no. We already know their world tour concludes at Evo.
Right, absolutely.
So they are running. It wouldn't even be an Anime-Evo. It's going to be a main thing over there.
You're right.
And, one of the people who, the community manager, Rose, obviously has run tournaments before and stuff like that. So that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Power Rangers will be fine. You don't even have to expect them to be at Anime Evo. They're going to be there no matter what. And
yeah, I mean, I guess in thinking about it more, although I think it's true that NRS doesn't have quite as many community leaders, Ketchup and Mustard do run their own events. Darth Arma runs and his wife run events in New Jersey.
Right.
I mean, there's definitely a cadre of people. So we'll get together and talk.
Right. But I mean, outside of that, honestly, most everything was, I guess, kind of expected. I guess maybe Sam Show was probably one of the bigger surprises. Sam Show, Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Especially because MK's not in.
Yes.
They wouldn't be a surprise if MK was in there, No,
if I knew that MK was not going to be in there, then I think I would have predicted this lineup.
Right,
This was the lineup that I predicted, except for
Sam Show,
right. Not in there, and MK in there, and BB Tag in there.
Right.
But if I
see, that's the thing, is for me,
basically
Sam Show and Soul Calibur are surprises because MK's not in there. If MK was in there, I wouldn't be surprised that they were in the lineup at all, right? That's just the way it is. It's that's crazy. That's crazy. And wow, Bifu was even saying he had a feeling it wasn't.
How did you have a feeling? What was the impetus for that feeling?
Because every NRS game has always had 2 years. The 2 years that they've had, right?
Yes.
The NRS games. This is the first time an NRS game has only had 1 year.
Right.
Right? And it's crazy.
Yeah, James got one closer than me. Because I guessed BB Tag and you guessed Sam Show.
Right. And I mean, I had MK in my thing too, so you know.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it makes people say that MK was questionable. Again, I feel like I'm too like in it to like be able to see if from the outside maybe it feels like it's not doing well.
I mean, what do people like you said, like from my point of view, I mean, I guess I can see some of it because, like I said, I noticed that it doesn't get watched on Twitch very much, right? It has very low numbers on Twitch consistently. When I'm trying to host people, it always has the lowest numbers out of like most of the mainstream fighting games, right? That's one thing, right? Two, I've seen some people complain about, you know, the jump kicks being too powerful and all that stuff. I mean, but that's
does that mean that the game isn't doing well?
But that's standard with every fighting game, right?
And by especially with especially every scene, but especially NRS scene.
Is it okay?
I don't know, but it certainly does. They do always complain. I mean, so does every scene. Whatever.
Honestly, Samurai Showdown, I feel like would have had a much harder time getting in than MK. But I guess maybe the numbers last year, maybe they liked seeing the old names come back or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, because honestly,
got fine numbers. You get 1,000+.
You get a top 8 and. I mean, like, let's say this year you get a top 8 with, like, Didi Mokov and Andy OCR. I mean, pretty cool, you know, list of people there and stuff like that. So, I mean, some people in this say, look, I'm obviously glad Sam Cho is back, right?
Course.
Yeah,
and again, I'm not upset that it's back.
Right. And again, to be fair, for all the games that made it in there, we're both super happy for those games, right? Yeah, so there's no even questioning that. But, you know, man. Oh, God, not a con. Please don't do that.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. So I scrolled by.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, like I said, for me, the one game that I thought would have just miraculously dropped off would have been Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? Because I know the numbers for it has dropped. I know the overpopulation of Gokus is kind of like, you know... It's kind of like a frustrating thing. Even DBFZ fans are tired of, you know, baby Goku.
Right.
You know, and like even like right now, this coming weekend is the finals for Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? It's this coming weekend is the grand finals. I remember the first year, like I felt like it was on the radar. Everybody was ready to go for it. And this year, I haven't seen anybody talking about it.
I've only seen the people who are going to it talking about it.
Right, exactly. So I actually would have...
Again, I'm not super involved in that scene, and maybe if you're in that scene, it feels like it's a big deal. Maybe in sort of the same way that I feel like MK is doing fine, but maybe the outside view is that it's not. I don't know.
And that's the thing. It's like I honestly would have thought Dragon Ball would have been the game that got dropped more than Mortal Kombat was. That's why I said it so late in my list as well, because I just really... even at Fighting Tuesdays, there was nobody there.
Is that so?
Yeah, when I went... So I got to visit Fighting Tuesday.
Oh, you did go?
I did go. I got to visit Fighting Tuesday, and there was only like 18 or 19 people for Dragon Ball over there, whereas Soul Calibur and Tekken had these huge crowds playing it and stuff, so... Yeah, I just know... Yeah, see, how many people are saying they didn't even know that the World Finals was this weekend?
Oh, really?
A lot of people are saying that, right? And maybe it just is the violence. Maybe NRS has really got to put it... But why would you do that?
No.
Sell 1 billion games or get into Evo? Like, at that point in time, you're NRS, you'd be like, what's Evo?
No, you're probably right. That said, I mean, NRS has done a great job when it comes to like interfacing with the community, the competitive player community. They've done a really good job, I think. I think they have people who are involved with the scene and who do a good job, both from a community management perspective and also from the perspective of the actual game balancers and people who they go to events. I mean, they're ex-players. Like it's
and like you said, the crowd for NRS games is decidedly unique.
Yeah,
you would get a very different subset of players than you would over Sam Show, because you even were saying ahead of time that Sam Show has a lot of the same players.
Right.
The numbers that Sam Show got last year were largely from people playing other games and just joining.
It's got good crossover.
Right. So it's interesting.
Well,
you know what? I will say this though: if they do stream, if they are running Marvel 2, please get Arturo Sanchez to stream the Marvel 2 tournament. Please get Arturo Sanchez to stream.
They got the tech right there.
He could make that game look beautiful. Oh, man. Yeah, interesting situation here.
Well, I don't know. I guess there you go.
Yeah.
That's the Evo lineup and our thoughts. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, get Matrix on the mic for that. That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be
I'm
great.
sure he'd want to play in it.
I'm sure he would enter. If there was an LCQ or something, he would definitely enter.
Right.
For sure. But yeah, that'd be great. I mean, that game will be a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, and who would commentate if it's not Yipes? Will be playing.
Yeah, he's going to be playing for sure. I mean, some people were saying if he doesn't make it in there, though, I think that he should be in it, maybe, in Neo. Neo would be a good commentator, good commentator for it. Someone was, you know who would be good? Viscant. If we can get Viscant to go to an Evo and have him commentate Marvel, that would be so amazing.
I saw, this reminds me, I saw Jay tweet earlier today. He goes something like, I know it's not going to happen, but if there's a Marvel game there, I'm going to go to Evo again. And it was, nobody expected him to be right?
Like, did he know? He had the secret information.
He knew instead of Justin, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see Viscant there, though. It would be awesome to have him there.
What's the name of the guy who commentated with Yipes at Battle of the Strongest and also 1,000 years ago?
Fuji? No, it wasn't him.
I don't know how I'm blanking his name. That sounds pretty absurd.
Yeah.
Classic commentator, one of the first.
He's the one who had the, now it's 1v1, mind games.
Yeah.
That was him. Dogface. Oh, my God.
Dogface. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Dredging up the
there.
Names.
He's in there already. He's in Vegas already. He runs the restaurant over there.
Yeah, Lawman.
The law. Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right.
There you go.
We just got a real match. Yeah.
We just got a real match.
That wasn't Ski Sonic.
Yeah, that wasn't Ski Sonic. Everyone thinks it is. Everyone thinks that Ski Sonic is everything. That's why I feel like that's where he got a lot of the flack from, too, is when me and Ski Sonic were commentating the Daigo match where he lost to, I think it was Marn or one of the players at Season's Beatings. And we were sitting there commentating, and Daigo lost. This is when Daigo was invincible.
Okay.
And we were like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing. And someone runs up and grabs Ski Sonic's mic, and it was a sayonara, bitch,
Right.
And then hands it back, and me and Ski were like, okay. But the guy's voice was similar enough to Ski Sonic that people thought it was Ski Sonic. And I always, in my heart, wonder if that had an effect, dude.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was Andre. It was a Jago, I think, who beat him.
Yeah.
Jago. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, there you go. I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna get to the Worlds Collide tournament today.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna go. It's at 9 p.m. and it'll be streamed on Commander Jesse's stream. So heads up if you're interested.
Okay. Cool. So that'll be CMDRJESSE, right?
Sounds right.
Commander Jesse. Cool. Good luck on that.
Thanks.
I expect you to win.
What? No way.
I really do.
No way, dude. A tournament that has like Larlad and Jesse and Alex Myers and Azad. There's like
third place.
There's like 5 or 6 people who've been really far in tournaments.
I mean, Jeremy's there. He usually does well, right?
Yeah, Jeremy's
you were blowing him up last night, dude.
He wasn't using his main. I mean, he was. Anyway, we'll see.
I wasn't beating him. Let's put it that way. So, bottom tier character. Goodness gracious.
Bottom tier.
I can't believe Lucia and Honda were the only ones that weren't in top 100. I mean, honestly, Lucia I can kind of see.
Yeah.
Not that I don't think she's good enough. It's just that she's not good enough to be the point where no one is really focusing on trying to win tournaments with her. You know what I mean? That kind of situation. I think she's good, but yeah. That was the lawman. That's who we're talking about, Skate Noodles. Is, we just got a real match. Yeah. We just got a real match. That was him, so. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, go take it out on everybody at this tournament.
I'm gonna try to just, I'm gonna go play video games and not think about this for a while.
Just
but
grab
tomorrow
the salt,
we'll get in.
throw it in everybody's face,
Dude.
and you know.
Oh, yeah, honestly, like I don't know if it's already happening on Twitter, but we got to get in a big interesting call and talk about what to do.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I guess outside of that, there was a couple of things I want to say. I mean, I just wanted to talk about Teppen again, but forget it. I don't know. It's fine. We can talk about it some other time. Everybody knows who's been watching my stream how salty I am about the Beltway nerf. Beltway nerf. I think is totally
good riddance,
unjustified. Completely. There's so many worse cards than Beltway.
Meanwhile, I'm sealing everything. I'm building my dudes up with 4 cost units into.
I know, right?
Hey, we sold 6/8 with anti-air and shield.
Are you using Yonli as well, too? I thought you were using Akuma now.
So I was using Akuma, a purple Akuma deck, and then as soon as I got into Champions, it wasn't cutting.
Right,
it wasn't cutting anymore. And I went to Yonli, and I won a lot. So, yeah.
6/8 Weasels
shield. That unit is pretty nutty.
I can't believe Green has gotten that every year. So last season, G was the problem card.
Right.
G was the problem card. And now it's Weasel. And also freaking Diablos, too. Yeah. Diablos, and I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's definitely more than just Weasel. There's a lot going on with Yon.
Yeah.
With Chun in general.
The funny thing is, like, as much as I get mad at Green having all those amazing cards and everything, you forget that they're all 6 MP cards and stuff like that because of Yon Li.
Yeah.
Right? If it was another deck, you would be able to kill someone. So they would have to take so many more hits. They wouldn't be able to ascend. They wouldn't be able to put
things out as much.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, if you see a Chun who's like playing Hyakuretsuya or what, like one or the other, or an X,
you're
not that worried because they're slower.
Right. It's interesting. So, oh man. But
right.
Again. Combo Breaker, ECT, CEO, they're all going to be fantastic events for NRS, for Mortal Kombat. So, yeah. So, you just got to convince the players. I think.
When Rick put out the current leader games for most entrants at Combo Breaker, MK was not on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
now, he did say that it tends to register late.
Right. Maybe it does now.
We'll see.
But I mean, at least... Well, see, the problem is now those numbers won't get inflated by one more person who doesn't actually show up to the tournament anymore, right?
Oh, man.
But pretends that they are. Oh, man.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. We'll get this out tomorrow on YouTube and everything like that, and be streaming a lot more. I already put out a video talking about the schedule for my stream.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be doing a lot more consistent stream stuff. I put out a schedule so that I have to hold myself to it.
Where can people find that schedule?
The schedule right now, I'm going to pin a tweet. I have not written that tweet yet with the schedule in there. Otherwise, right now you can go to YouTube and find the latest video that we've put up about it's just literally about Chensor Dynasty announcement.
Cool, man.
So there you go. So
sounds good.
All right, cool.
Burn them.
Talk to you guys later and take. Oops, I haven't added the file yet. Let's do this.
Caucuses were always a terrible idea, and Iowa was always a terrible idea. Both of those were always terrible ideas, and they just look extra terrible this year, but they always have been, and I hope things change drastically for next time.
Put the schedule below my stream, too. That is a great idea, Hanzo.
Pretty standard.
I guess on my page. Yeah, on my page. It's a great idea. I haven't edited that page in like 10 years, so I really should.
It's actually probably literally 10 years, by the way.
Yeah. God, you're probably right.
Well, Twitch has been around.
Okay.
All right, everybody. See ya.
Oops.
Actually, I told James to skip forward through this song until the non-somber part of it. Actually, can you let the somber part go this time?
You're right.
Can you restart it? Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, man.
Appreciate it.
God. I'm so heartbroken right now, dude. Oh, God.